Alive!
Great. Let's see if I'm ready after not doing anything for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Got
Give us
this.
a good what happened last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot
I
happened.
was hoping you guys would remember because honestly, Eve, by the way, I don't think you made a note of it, but the needle that you picked up last time is in your journal.
Wait, what?
Just a
Okay.
note of it. Okay. When last we met, Alenia had floated across the icy waters at the entrance of Croaker Cave, staying just out of reach of the giant ice frogs her mother had mentioned. She managed to pick up the long plank on the far shore and drop it in place for the group to traverse across. Intrigued by the light on Alenia's hands, the frogs stopped investigating when Veritan used Silent Image to expand the visage of the plank across the water. Only when Billy slipped on the wet plank did he break the mirage and cause the startling frogs to attack. Despite the bandits' cloaks, it seemed something else was confusing the frogs and they attacked. Billy managed to escape the frigid waters, but the large amphibians attacked hungrily. Only quick reactions saved them, as they attacked in unison and Alenia cleverly commanded the lead frog to lead. As the sounds of battle echoed in the cavern, a swarm of bats was disturbed, and bandits deeper in the cavern moved in to investigate. Upon seeing the scene in front of them, they attacked Alenia as Billy, Eve, and Veritan dealt with the previous assailants. Enraged, Alenia ran toward the bandits and called down a thunderclap that blasted the three bandits into the cavern walls, killing them instantly. Inspired, Eve, Billy, and Veritan sought to end the villainous bat swarm and decimated the cavern's bat population in seconds. As the dust settled, everyone took a breather as Rune scouted ahead. Through her eyes, Veritan found a safe route past two ice frogs that appeared to be eating bats. And as they rounded the corner, a weak fire greeted them, surrounded by sleeping bags. Billy discovered a bottle of Bald Dwarf whiskey and the bottom of a pitfall trap. After a rope is lowered into the hole, he used his marlin spike, unconsciously reaching out, and used it to secure a handle in the rope as they pulled him up. Looking ahead in the dark tunnel, they decided to take a short rest, whereupon Billy began to inspect the forgotten gift. Veritan helped to identify its peculiar traits, something Billy was never able to do, and the two share a moment discussing absent memories. As the women finish their rest, they all decide to once again investigate the far tunnel. Using Rune's eyes once more to scout ahead, Veritan discovers a massive frog in the depths of the dark pool. Fearing for her safety, he had her dart back, and after a lengthy discussion of tactics, Eve reveals a trick that might work. Sending in his unseen servant, Ringo, Billy uses a frog leg as bait, and they lure the behemoth into the tunnel. Ringo perishes in the gaping mouth of the toad as Eve releases her spell, and in the span of seconds, the giant foe lays slain amidst an untouched group. Emboldened, they go through the tunnel, and Billy searches the pool for items, but spends a little too much time in the icy waters, emerging exhausted, only to see two figures meditating around a fire. Halil Lutin and another unfamiliar elf stir as they call to them. They learn Halil contracted what she says is Frigid Woe from one of the cracked blue vials they stole from Peltz. She desperately is searching for a cure and hoping Tiamat might save her, else she must travel to Shady Creek Run in the hopes of a solution there. Billy tries to convince her he is there to help, but Halil does not take kindly to Billy's interpretation of her god, and battle ensues. It quickly goes south as Billy falls to the ground from multiple stab wounds, Eve and Veritan both receiving blows and Alenia trying to find an opening. In a fit of inspiration, Veritan tackles Halil. Eve manages to slay the tattooed bandit and revive Billy, and as the battle turns, Veritan decides to open the chest on the far side of the room. As the top opens, the dragon carving at the top releases a blue dust that sprays over everyone. As it settles, Halil expresses shock and panic at what just happened. Fighting with the zealot's fury, she finally falls, and the group seems to have survived the worst of it. Now, armed with newfound knowledge and a receipt from Halil, they realize the missing vial seems to be in the hands of Irvin Liel, a name that seems strangely familiar. With the dust settling behind them, they light the fire once again to dry off, and Veritan focuses on himself, seeing if he can sense the blue dust that burst over them. In the distance, he hears the sounds of satisfaction as the rest of the group takes generous swigs of Ball Dwarf whiskey, and the echoes of the cavern sound a little less sinister. That was an excellent. Well done. I hate you all, but I look forward to next week's episode when you do the same stupid thing.
I mean,
this is gonna be a new thing now. I think.
Oh, 100%. Get ready for some really fun words. I'm going to try and throw some curveballs at you next time.
Where we're going, we don't need curveballs.
So we're currently paused drinking around the fire, right?
All right. I'm actually going to pull you guys in right now.
Wow, did you all feel that?
Oh, I'm so
Like
zoomed
we've been-
out.
It's like,
Feel what?
I kind of think I blacked out for a second, and now I'm back in this cave all of a sudden.
Did you go to Horse Heaven?
I was dreaming about this place where I think I went to see some person's parents and went to a place called Bear Big or something. I can't quite be certain.
Bear Big. I think I've heard of Bear Big.
Yes. The darndest thing. It felt so real.
Dreams.
Yeah, anyway.
There you go, dude.
Okay.
Crazy dreamer.
Okay. So
So
we're just all hanging around
we're
here.
chilling. All right. I think it's about time we maybe make our way back. I think the first thing we should probably do is sell these frog legs while they're fresh.
Yeah.
We get more money from them the fresher they are.
Yes,
So
I'm
maybe
actually kind of curious about one thing. I've been thinking, we're not quite sure
that?
what that blue dust was that kind of came over all of us. I mean, we all
Did
seem
you-
fine right now, but I'm worried that it may be something a little bit more sinister than we are unaware of.
Yeah.
Do you wanna take some as a sample off us? Well, I think we have most of it off us. When we dove in the water to get through here, right?
Yes, but I possibly might send Rune here over to the other room to examine for me.
All right.
Possibly.
We will keep drinking while you do that.
All right, just give me a
Yeah.
moment. I'll be back in just a little while. So I'm gonna get up from the ground and go over to the edge of the water line and send Rune across.
Hey.
Oh.
Are
Okay.
you doing the thing where you?
And as
where
you say that, you realize that his eyes have already kind of turned white,
Yeah,
and he doesn't hear you.
yeah, I've already
Oh,
gone away.
he's gone. He's gone.
So I just before we do, I don't remember if we did this last session or not, but did we look through all of these beds?
Yeah,
Is there any-
we scattered through. Yeah, you can look again in case we missed something, but I remember us looking through.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll look again, I guess, or something.
Where are you going to look?
Well,
You've already searched.
I don't know.
Billy already searched all the beds.
okay. So I guess there's no point other than maybe wait,
Over there?
here?
Okay.
You know, I was thinking about that too. That's the only thing we haven't really looked at.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, what are you searching in?
I guess. What do you mean? You mean what am I searching
over
for?
there? So from your angle, you kind of faintly see that there is a bucket and some old bottles and some just kind of
Yeah.
like old. It looks like just like folded rags.
Okay.
So you want to look over there? And while this is going on, Veritan, you are now in the eyes of Rune, correct?
Yeah, I would have walked to the edge of the water line before. So before I actually would have, right there. And then I kind of would have kneeled down, had Rune kind of come out and kind of stand on the water line. And I would have been like, all right, so I'm going to send you over there real quick. If you don't mind getting a peek from me, I'm worried that some of this dust here, Rune, is no good. And then I'll just kind of like pet Rune's head as I go into...
Rune actually nods in understanding and goes to go over there.
Cool. And so as I'm petting, I kind of go into the trance, and my eyes kind of transform, and I am now in Rune, looking up at me.
Okay.
And I will go into the water and swim across.
Okay.
Can you do that one more time? How are you going to swim? Ah, yes.
With my little tail, kind of.
As a jet.
Can you see right now?
Huh?
Can you see as Rune right now?
I cannot actually,
Okay.
but I surely wish I could.
If only. Oh, blasted technology.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. I am going to begin to scan the room. I'm going to kind of get out of the water, shake off that cold water, and I am going to slowly just kind of start sneaking through the room, seeing if there is blue dust still on the ground. Is it like covering the ground from what I can tell? Is there like a layer of it, or has it dissipated?
It looks like right now that the dust has kind of settled from where you are. You can see like there's like an edge to it for sure. Rune is right now on the edge, just kind of looking at it. It
Okay.
seems like it kind of shot out in a cone from what appears to have been like out of the dragon's mouth, almost like a trap.
Okay.
And it shot over the fire. It seems like the heat from the fire kind of spread it and dissipated a little bit now as it settled. So it just kind of went to the edges, and most of it seems to kind of have fallen into the ice itself, and it's just kind of, it's like a very faint layer at this point as it's kind of in there.
Okay. I am going to kind of keep creeping around. I'm going to go behind the chest and like get Rune to kind of look up inside of the chest to see what is inside of it.
Okay. Are you going through it, or are you are you trying to stay around it?
Well, Rune should be fine actually touching it. So, I mean, I'm going to go around just as me thinking about this, but I'm going to creep up to the chest, and I mean, if it exploded out the front, I assume the sides are clear of it.
It looks like it was a cone that shot out about from this angle. You can kind of see the spray, so it looks like it went like about 15 feet from a cone.
Okay.
So you're right now at the edge of it, where you are.
Got it.
Like a blast radius kind of shooting out.
Cool.
So,
I'm going to sneak up to it. Rune should be fine, from what I assume. So.
And you want to go to the chest right here?
Yep. I want to see what's inside. The lid should be open as I popped it open. Cool.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like the way we settled this before was that it is still you, but you are using Rune's senses, so I feel like it would just be normal.
Okay. It is still me. I mean, I can still cast spells even through Rune.
True.
Can you really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's pretty freaking cool.
You were still using the senses of it, but I would argue that because you are looking through the eyes of something. Well, no, it's based on the. All right, since we're basing it on intelligence here, then I would say sure.
Yeah, you just let me know. It's up to you.
It's an intelligence thing. So because you are looking for conclusions to something that you are doing. So
Cool.
I would say it's an intelligence thing. Therefore, we will allow it.
All right.
Perception would be different.
Got it. So this is investigation.
Sure. Okay. Looking into the chest, you do see that there is on top. Looks like a mechanism. It looks like there was a nearby. You actually see a vial that looks like it once might have held it's an empty vial. It's opened. It doesn't really have anything in it right now. Maybe there's a tiny bit of the blue dust in there, but overall, it doesn't seem like there's much in it. And from looking in at it, you kind of get the idea that Halil had taken one of the vials and used it as a trap.
Okay. Good to know.
You
good
don't
to
see
know.
anything else in the chest.
Nothing at all. Okay.
Mhm.
I am going to just mentally take notes of all that. Uh, I am going to go down to Regrin. I'm just going to climb down and I'm just going to start scuffling through his stuff to see if he has anything on him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
This whiskey's really good, guys.
Looking around, you don't really notice too much, but you do, strangely, see that the tattoo that was once on his face is now gone. And there is a needle nearby.
Okay. Nearby which? Where nearby?
It's right. It seems like it's right next to him. Strangely, almost like it's right next to his face.
Interesting. Okay.
That's creepy.
Take it.
I can't. Well. Okay. And then I want to go over to Halil and do the same thing. Just do a kind of scuffle around her cloak or her.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. She has a nicer leather armor. It seems like she's wearing a lot of furs and various things. Like she was incredibly cold. But overall, doesn't seem like there's much on her, really.
Okay. Perfect. And then one last thing. I'm gonna go over to the bedroll.
Okay.
Is it just like a bedroll on the ground? Is it like a?
It's an open bedroll. Elenia had checked it out earlier, and again, she.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, so she was looking at it. It was a nice bedroll from what Elenia had checked.
And there was a poster on the wall,
There was no poster.
or a picture of dragons or something on the wall.
That was on the chest. That's what it was. A figure of a dragon on top of the chest.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
That's what the had the dragon on top of the chest. When you opened it, that's what you saw the blue dust shoot out of.
Got it. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I will consider that done deal.
Okay. Are you heading back?
I am going to head back.
Okay.
And I will just kind of bamf rune back. And that is it. I will come out of my vision and go back to the fire.
All right.
And that is why you don't pee off the starboard deck.
And while this was going on, Eve, we will say that you have thoroughly investigated the area over here. Billy has been discussing a wonderful story to Elenia about the effects of strong winds. Elenia is smiling knowingly. Okay. Eve, go ahead and make an investigation check. Or you already did, right?
No, I didn't. Do you want me to do another one?
Please do.
Okay, hold on. So an investigation, you say, yes?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, am I on advantage or?
No, you're fine.
Oh, you're
Where
good.
are you looking? Where are you looking for?
I don't know. I just felt like something drew me there. That kind of like.
Okay.
It. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
in
yeah.
that
So
something shiny.
I guess the bottles over here had caught your eye with just kind of like a glimmer. And you notice kind of nearby them. Again, it looks like it's almost one of them had it inside of it for some reason. You do actually see something shiny inside of it. The third bottle over.
Okay.
It seems like there's a little bit of like kind of dark liquid, but there is definitely a glint inside.
Can I try to get it out?
How would you like to get it out?
I want to pick it up and pick up the bottle and turn it upside down and shake
Okay.
it.
As you do this, you hear like a lot of sloshing, kind of some clinking sounds inside. Very strong odor of alcohol comes out, and you see something kind of get stuck in the neck. It seems like it's just like a little canted, not quite shaking out right now.
Does it seem like it would come out from the spout, or like do I need to break it? Okay, I'm just gonna break it.
Okay.
Like lightly, just I don't want to like do something dramatic. I just want to like lightly tap on like a corner of an edge that's sticking out from the wall.
Okay.
And, like,
go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
You're trying to finesse this
Oh my
thing.
god, he's gonna roll trash, huh?
Oh, okay. So you all watch as Veritan, you've come out of Rune's eyes, and you're walking back, and you hear the end of this tale as Billy is just like, and that's why you don't pee into off the starboard bow. And looking over, you all see Eve, and she just takes this glass bottle and smashes it against the wall in a very quick motion. And kind of looks back, holding this now like glass, almost like dagger, like a bar fight as it is.
Put my hands up. What did I do? What's going on?
It is now visible there, Eve. It seems like it's like kind of sticking out right in the neck, but you do have it.
Okay, so I want to turn up and put it on my hand. And do I notice what it is?
It looks like there's kind of like some stuff on it, but it looks like it is, as you feel, a ring.
A ring?
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever seen a ring like this before?
Make a history check.
Or
you have not.
So what'd you say?
You have not. It just looks like a ring.
Okay.
Looks like a finger would fit through it.
I guess I put it on, and then I ask Veritan if he's ever, like, I want to show Veritan it because he seems more like he has more background and has seen some shit. No offense, Billy.
None taken.
So you put it on?
I guess I'll come over.
I want to put it on and then show it to Veritan. Or, I mean, I can take it off and give it to Veritan.
Okay. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yep.
Oh no. What did you do? What did you just put on?
She's gonna explode from the inside, isn't she?
Okay.
Well, it is a ring.
Okay. You don't know what happens yet.
Okay.
What do you mean I don't know what happens yet?
You are not sure what just happened. You get the sense.
Did we see? Did we all see her just put this ring on?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, what do you have over there, Eve?
Yeah, Eve. What do you got?
I found a ring, so I put it on. It was shiny. I saw it it was so shiny. I saw it from across the room in this bottle.
I'm just going
to. And you just put it on?
Well, 2020 is over, so I figured.
How bad could it be?
Take my chances now.
Okay, but now I do feel weird, and I'm trying to take it. I guess I try to take it off, and I can't take it off.
No.
Okay.
Come here, and I'm gonna reach out my hand. You know, where we are, we should all be careful about what we touch around here, I'd assume.
I know.
Yes, and I will put out my hand.
I read a story about an elf rogue who used to touch things way too much.
And I'll just kind of nod my head.
I think I've heard of this elf rogue.
Come on, sit down. And I will sit down with her. All right, this might take me a minute, so be patient. Everybody give me a minute to make sure she's all right. And I will begin to cast Identify as a ritual.
Okay. So
And-
as this is going on, Eve is awkwardly sitting here with her hand, and
in front of her, you see the owl feather kind of spinning over the little pearl that is in my hand, and you kind of see the glow happening from the pearl.
Rune is oddly looking at the ring, almost enviously,
Mesmerized.
jealously. It looks shiny. And is anyone else doing anything in this 10 minutes?
I'm just passing the whiskey bottle to Elenia as we
Around.
watch this
I
shit
like
show.
that.
Okay. So
We're just like,
Alenia and
Exactly.
go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, both of you.
Ooh.
what?
Who? Me?
Alenia and Billy.
Oh, fucking
Why?
A. It's because we're getting drunk.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Wait, babe, can we know
5.
what?
Hold on. So as this is happening, and Veritan's looking at this, Billy is really feeling this whiskey, and it could be that
Oh, no.
Billy also has lost a lot of blood recently, and it is just kind of hitting him. So he's kind of drunk right now.
I should probably
Alenia,
stop.
you feel a pleasant, warm buzz.
Yeah.
She fine. She can handle it.
Okay.
Doing good.
Veritan, as you kind of come out of this, a sense of knowledge, a sense you can visualize what this is, and as you look down, you look at this ring and realize what it is.
Oh God. What is it?
I believe Eve's showing you.
Look at my screen.
No.
We're engaged.
Holy shit!
We had to do it this way.
Oh my gosh. Was that whole thing just orchestrated to
Just
show
for you
this
guys.
off? That's amazing. Oh my gosh,
Zach's
congratulations.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
God! Congrats!
Dude, put that ring up to the camera. Let's see that shit.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What on
That's
earth?
gorgeous.
That was in. So yes, that's what happened in Oregon at New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That was the end of that story.
Oh.
Oh, my heart.
But we had
My
to.
gosh.
Jenna literally goes, "What if we did it in D&D?" And she's like, "What if I found it?" I'm like, "We're doing it."
Yeah. He was like, I'm doing it.
Zach's clutching his pearls.
Look at Zach. He can't. He's like,
What on earth, dude? That is awesome.
Oh my
Congrats.
gosh, that
you're
was
not
so...
getting rid of me, bitches. I'm
Wow.
here forever.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Oh, that's
Jenna's dream has come true.
Yep. So we've been engaged now 3 days.
Wow.
So
It's
yeah.
basically married. It's basically married.
3 days?
I know.
You son of a bee.
I
Wow.
wanted to at
How
least
can you
tell
hold that off so long? Shit.
Oh,
We've been telling people, like, you know, certain people we told via Zoom, or like my parents and my family, we called like that night. The next day, well, we tried to call Joey's sisters the next day, but we were flying back. There was no reception. They weren't answering. There's time. So we called them yesterday morning, and the sisters found out. Oh my God, it's insane. Today, Tatum and Rachel randomly came over, so I told them. I did text Brooke like the day, because I kind of knew he might propose. So I kind of was like, Brooke, I think he's proposing.
I'd also like to point out
Oh,
that Joey's
man.
been designing that ring for like.
I was just gonna ask. I was
So,
just gonna
like,
ask if that was
I've
his
known about it
design.
this whole time in
Yeah.
quarantine and had to keep the secret from fucking
you
everyone.
bee. He didn't even tell me.
Yeah, he didn't
I
tell his
honestly-
sister.
I will say this: I thought about it, but I really wanted to surprise everyone, and I also
awesome.
knew that no one knew. Joey and my parents were the only ones that knew, and it was one of those where like Jenna was just looking for clues anywhere, and I didn't want to give her any leads.
Damn.
So,
That's
I
fucking
have
awesome.
to say, Zach, I thought you might have known about the proposal because on your birthday, like I said, when we FaceTimed, like you were like super, like you're usually really nice, but this time you were like really nice. And I
Well,
was
he did
like,
know about the trick. I mean,
he knew about the trip, right? And so imagine if you told him if you were going to propose, Zach, you wouldn't have been able to hold.
I would have
it.
done
You
that. I would have definitely done that. How dare you?
You
Zach,
on this
Zach,
couch
go-
like this.
Zach,
It's
go ahead.
so
Hold on.
cute.
Ah.
Zach,
So cute.
go ahead and roll a deception check.
Ah, God. Yeah. Fine. I am not deceitful at all. Oh, well, that's with advantage, sorry. But
That was
That
a
was a
6.
6.
it's a 6. There's
So,
no
no.
Oh my
deception.
gosh, you guys. Oh
Wow.
my gosh, you're adorable.
Gosh,
I
that
thought
is
it would be
so...
fun to like.
So
That was awesome.
As I
I was-
finish
I
this
was
cast, I
concerned.
just start puking in the fire.
It's too cute.
It's cursed!
God.
Yeah.
It's a curse that you have to
That's,
live with for the rest of your life.
It seems you're married to a god now.
God.
And
Yep,
as
so-
you finish investigating this, the ring stays on her finger. Doesn't seem like she can get it off.
That does.
It's on forever.
Wow. That
You're
is
eternally
so...
Apparently, the saving throw that you heard, that it required was that she mentally said yes.
Mm,
That's adorable.
that
Right,
is
followed
true.
by
Very
what?
cool.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my
She
god,
starts
I rolled
spontaneously
well.
dancing.
Wow.
Well, I definitely rolled in real life like a solid nat 20.
Aww.
Aww. Just stop it. It's too gross.
I know.
Gross.
So for everyone that's watching this, we're sorry, and we'll make sure to include where to skip.
It's like skip.
That was awesome, though.
That was good.
Like I
super
said,
cool.
we had to get you guys.
You guys are so stupid.
And Zach's
You
like,
had me
"How is
legit
this ring?"
concerned. I was like so concerned just now, and then you
I
turned it over.
I knew
Billy,
it was
you
going to
are
happen, so I'm
still
watching
drunk.
it. I'm like, he's having him like cast a ritual right now.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I know. I was like, what? Why am
Like-
I doing a wisdom saving throw?
You had you had me going.
I had to convince them.
You
Yeah.
had me going.
No,
Like,
you-
I was like, wait, does he not want to do it now?
Is this the time?
Like, yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my
Uh,
god, so fun.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, Mazel.
thank you. So I haven't posted anything on Instagram yet because there are certain people, like we just wanted to tell people via Zoom or via,
Yeah.
FaceTime or invite them over. So yeah, like we called the Fruckmans this yesterday morning or this morning. I don't know. We told so many people today actually. And then Sammy and Ben were telling in person, and we tried to like see them like last night or today or something, but we're gonna see him next weekend. So tomorrow on Tuesday, I'm telling my Israeli friends, and then on Wednesday, I'm telling my Kappa friends, and then hopefully by Sunday, I can post something on Instagram and be like, whoever else I missed, whatever.
Yeah. That's awesome, guys.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time. We were just waiting for it. We were just waiting for it.
I'm
Wow.
so excited.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You
Damn.
legit had me going. All right, so we're done for the night, right? We can
Yeah.
wrap up.
Yeah. Good session, everybody. Good session.
Good sesh.
All right, guys.
Good.
Yeah, all right, and that's the end of the stream. Good job, everybody. Thank you for joining. And
That was bomb. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like wing this and be like, so did we investigate every part of this?
you both had me going. You all had me
you
going.
both are
Oh
so
my God, I
dumb.
tried.
So dumb. Stupid.
Well,
God. Not only did Jenna's dream come true, but also Joey's by being able to do that over Dungeons and Dragons.
Seriously.
Oh my god.
yeah.
You fucking
No.
nerd. You big nerd.
Oh, you
I had to troll you guys.
Yeah,
That's all.
time to start planning the D&D wedding.
Yeah.
Thank
No.
God for
Oh, no.
D&D.
All
because
in Elvish.
Yeah.
Okay.
the only way that Joey could even plan, because Jenna was like, oh, he's just doing D&D stuff, and he's like planning a whole trip
Me and Joey
Yeah.
were upstairs doing our stuff as characters
for like 4
hours.
hours, like 5 hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't even think of it because He's
so
so
used to
obsessed
it.
with D&D. He probably even wants a D&D themed wedding, but won't tell me and be like, "Well, what if we
no.
had like a
Can-
fall?"
God, that'd be
let's-
or
fucking
winter
awesome.
Let's
dinner?"
just clarify that.
That would be if we all get
Yeah.
to dress up as D&D characters and go to your wedding in like some
Yeah,
magical
I hope I have to.
forest.
I hope the chairs are
Right.
nat 20s we have to sit on.
You know I'm picturing the
we,
Lord of the Rings, right?
Oh
and then
yeah.
we roll for initiative at some point to see what table you get.
Oh
Or
yeah.
some bullshit.
Ryan and Zach, both of you need to roll to see if you can go.
Oh.
Stop.
Oh,
my
you
gosh.
bastard!
Yeah.
Just fucking
Zach, roll with disadvantage.
Unnecessary roughness.
First of all.
Well, I
sir.
know this is like cute love Hallmark shit overload, so we can
All
stop
right, we can-
here
we
and
can bring it
continue
back
with
here.
D&D.
All right.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
So Zach,
Guys, I
just so
certainly-
you know, for this feed, that's me waving my hands as us after everything.
I'm not cutting
Okay.
that out.
I'm
No,
just
no,
letting
no.
you know.
I suddenly feel so. This whiskey's making me feel romantic. I don't know what's going on right now.
As the feather comes back down into my palm, I'm just going to say, I feel dead inside. Put the feather and the pearl in my bag and just go walk into the water until I am completely submerged.
No, Barrington, no! You have gold I want!
You're actually taking it to the water. No.
And yep, all right.
Okay, bringing it back.
So
Bring it
bringing
back.
it back, you
Um,
stupid. How am I supposed to
you-
focus? All right.
Stupid assholes. When Barrington comes back, I'm just gonna be like, well, I guess I'm still drunk, so I'm more like, hey, so what did you see over there?
And Rune comes over to you and just kind of sniffs your mouth for a minute and then just looks back at Veritin and kind of coughs, it looks like, and then just goes back to Veritin.
What he said.
And I'm just gonna be like, not too much. Couldn't quite figure out what that dust was, but I think we'll be all right. As far as the bodies, there was really nothing on it. Yeah, they seem to just be huddling over there by themselves. I think we just caught them at a bad time, but they didn't have much
Do you
on them.
want to, while we're here in the circle, do you want to do your identify thing on all the stuff in the chest that you have?
The chest?
Didn't we get items from
The
the
chest.
chest that poofed? The poof chest? Didn't we get stuff from the poof chest?
Oh yeah, we did take out a couple of things, I suppose.
Do you want to take some time? We don't have to. We're here.
If you'd all like to
And-
take maybe a quick rest, maybe close your eyes for a bit, I can spend some time working on it. Or perhaps we find a warm place, possibly
As he
in town.
says that, a little blood kind of comes up to his mouth as he kind of like coughs for a second, saying that.
But everything's fine. As I kind
Should
of...
we? Maybe we should get going. What do you have?
That didn't seem.
That's a sign of tuberculosis. So maybe we should get you
Right.
checked
I
out.
see Moulin Rouge. This isn't good.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe let's just get to town. And now that we know what exactly we're dealing with, and we seem to have gotten good answers about this this woe stuff, perhaps someone in
Right, we
town
need-
will know more about it.
We need to go to the market and sell the frog legs, and then we need to find Elro and tell him what we know, because we know things now, and we should tell him.
What time is it? What time do you guys think it is right now?
It looks like, according to the sun, it's about 12 p.m.
Okay.
And as he's go ahead and make a persuasion check. Make a
As I
persuasion
look up
check
to
with
the cave
disadvantage.
ceiling.
Disadvantage
Okay. A persuasion check.
with disadvantage.
That's a 7,
Shit.
baby.
Yes, like,
None of you believe him.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. This whiskey is very good. I should stop drinking it. Okay, was not expecting.
That's
We've been
great.
here for a while.
Yeah.
Bring it with us. And I'm tired. And we should go.
Yep.
I
Yeah, we
think that's
should
about
rest.
right.
That's a good idea.
And I'll just get up and, all right. Let's get out of
Someone
here.
lead the way.
Okay.
Where would you like to go?
We're gonna go to the market, right? To sell the legs.
Yeah, if it's still open, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but like, where are you going now?
Here, right
That-
here.
And
the
let's
market.
all
This
just.
way.
Oh, in the cave. Yeah.
Yeah, fastest way out.
Actually.
And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna turn to group. Everybody, just make sure we keep it down. Remember, there's frogs in the previous room that we still haven't tangled with yet.
Right.
Okay, what's the marching order?
I can go first.
I'll be in the middle somewhere.
I'll follow up back.
Alenia, I'm gonna put you second then.
Yeah, that's fine.
And at this point, Rune just kind of looks at Verigen and decides to just hang out next to him.
Perfect.
Go ahead and make a stealth check, everyone.
Ooh, a stealth check, eh?
Hell.
A stealthy check, eh? All right then.
19, baby.
That's an H for
Well, baby.
6. Not exactly stealthy.
Man, if we have to fight something right now, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Okay.
Right.
What the fuck is
All
that
right,
place called?
As you all approach, you don't really hear much. Eve going by, you look out, and it seems like the frogs that once were there are gone.
Yay.
That's good.
Veritin, go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception, A. 20.
You do not have advantage
Fucking it.
Why?
because you do not get advantage with perception.
Oh, you're right. It's, oh yeah, you're right.
And
10.
technically, right now you are in dim lighting, so that would be with. I
Intelligence
believe
and
it's
wisdom.
actually
So it'd just
disadvantage.
be a 10 then.
Yeah, investigation and insight. That's correct. All right, 10.
Okay. You don't really notice anything.
Cool.
Okay. For the sake of it, we will say that you all make it to the end of the cave undisturbed, but you do notice a lot of gore with the bodies and the carnage that you have left behind along the way. So,
Oh, we really painted this cave.
Thank God we have this incredibly sturdy, drawn-out plank to walk across.
Oh, what a well-drawn plank this is.
and as you say that, you just see kind of Ruin cautiously moving across.
Yeah.
Okay. You all make it outside, and once again, you see the snow outside. Doesn't seem like anything is there. Seems quiet. Would you like to head back into town?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, this right now.
Map
All right.
change. Give us
Map
that map
change.
change.
We're gonna need a map change.
Map change.
And don't forget about the background music.
Background music, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So, as you are heading back, you come back into town, and it seems normal. Seems it's late right now. It's about 6 o'clock at this. Oh no, it's about 6:30 from what you can tell just from the sun. It is kind of dark at this point. It's like evening glow with like a little bit of blue light. There's torches lit in the place itself. So you have that kind of in between where you can tell people are starting to head back.
All right. Like I thought, it's around 6:30. Let's head to the what's it called, the market place before they close up.
All right. As you are heading down, you do see the yard, kind of where you left it, and you do see a lot of the shops are kind of closing up. It looks like the shop that you're looking for with the three brothers, it's kind of buttoned up right now. You notice just one of the figures outside. You can't really quite make out who it is right now, but it looks like they're just kind of closing up shop a little bit, just putting things away.
I'll go forward and I'm just gonna shout, Rurik. See if he turns around.
Oh, hi, lad.
Oh, nice. I had a 1 out of 3 chance. Are you closed? Or is there can I sell something to you?
I mean, it's a bit late there, lad. Most of my brothers, well, all of my brothers have gone home at this point. It's getting dark.
I don't know if you can see
here.
poking up. I've got some frog legs here, and I was told that these frog legs sell, and I think you're the one that told me that, and I was wondering if you'd like to buy these.
Don't believe I told you that, but those are, wow, look at the size of those.
Yeah.
I've never seen legs that big.
You heard of Old Croaker? We killed it. The 4 of us. These 3.
How did you come across that name?
It just felt natural. I saw it and I was like, I bet that guy's name is
kind of like it smells the alcohol in your breath. What are you drinking there, lad?
It's called whiskey. I highly recommend it.
I know what it is you're drinking. What kind of whiskey? That's some fine stuff.
It's called Bald Dwarf Whiskey. Bald Dwarf Whiskey is the name, and it's very strong. And I'm here to sell frog legs.
All right.
Are you the person who buys them, or is there someone else that buys them? Who would buy these?
Listen, lad. And he's going to kind of look at you others for like just a little bit of help as he's like kind of going on. I guess Corflo would be the one to kind of work with this. I'm not really. Well, I'm not a leather worker, but
what was the name again?
Well, my brother Corflo.
Okay.
In fact, now that I think about it, isn't I believe? Well, I think Corflo is making a coat for you, right? And he just points at Veritan.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, listen.
I don't want to put you out. If he's closed, he's closed.
I'll make you a deal. You give me a little bit of that whiskey there, and maybe I can. Well, let me take a look at these legs.
Okay, I take out the whiskey bottle
and he snatches it and takes a solid swig. You guys drank about half of it. At this point, it is now like a quarter full.
Oh, help yourself, damn.
Oh, okay. That warms the hearth right there.
I clean the mouthpiece with my
don't do
sleeve.
That, it adds flavor.
Okay, whatever you say. And then I take off the Old Croaker frog leg as an example.
You got
there's more.
A little
guy came from
back there too, but these big.
I got some little legs, but these are the big ones. If Corporal is the one who buys them, if he's not back till tomorrow, I just want to give them as fresh as possible.
Well,
was what my thought was.
Here's the deal, lad. Those legs right there. It's not necessarily that they're worth anything. Just as legs, no one's gonna eat them or anything like that. But Well, the leather, if you get a little bit of it, you can make some nice stuff, actually. And you got it quite a bit.
Could
I'll
I? How much armor could we make with these with the and I take out all the legs I have, which is I have 3 frog legs and 2 old croaker legs, and I take them all out and I say, how much leather armor do you think you can make out of all this, or a corporal could make out of all this?
Um, well, are you looking to trade, or are you looking to just buy whatever we have? I mean, it's going to take a minute, depending on what you're looking for, I guess.
Well, I mean, I could just sell
you know
them.
what?
Does would I know would this leather do anything? Like, is there anything extra, or is it just leather armor, or is there anything extra?
I mean,
to
you
it?
don't know, but he seems to think something otherwise. Billy, I'll make you a deal here. We owe your friends. Well, we owe him that thing, and I know that Corful is probably going to be working on that tonight, anyways. If you leave it, and you can trust me with this, let me assess with him and see kind of perhaps what it is.
Can I do? Can I just check to see if he is trustworthy? Can I do like an insight check on him?
Sure, go for it.
That's a 4.
You are definitely drunk at this point, but it seems like he is. In fact, he seems like the most trustworthy person in the world right now.
Well, all right, Rourke. I leave these with you. I know how many there are, and I have witnesses, but I trust you, and so I'll see you in the morning, and we'll talk more about it.
Okay, lad. Listen. Talk to me in the morning, and I'll have Corful at least skin them and make them into something that we can work with, at least from that point. And we'll go from there, okay?
Sounds good. And I put out my claw, my hand, for a handshake.
Okay. And he kind of looks at you and grabs your arm, does the forearm handshake.
The forearm clasp.
And it's a solid shake. And he's like, I will. You mind if I have one more sip of that there whiskey?
Go for it. And I hand him the whiskey.
And he just takes the bottle, takes the frog legs, and starts walking off.
You said a sip. You said, well, fuck it, whatever. Whatever. All right, business is done. Let's head on off to. I turned to everyone else and I was like, well, that went well. Let's go back. We need to find Elro and tell him what we know.
And everyone else looking at Billy right now realizes that Billy is talking to 3 different kind of covered racks, and you all 3 are all behind him at this point.
We're back here, Billy.
Yes. Wow, you can really throw your voice. That's very impressive.
No. We're behind you.
Ah, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Um.
Let's go back to the hotel or the inn.
What she said. Let's go where she said. It's a very nice ring. Is that new?
And the conversation continues as you all start heading over to the inn. Takes you a minute. It's getting darker now at this point. Veritin, you actually, in looking up at the sky, the clouds seem to be kind of coming in a little bit more, but at the same time, you do notice that there's a faint bit of light coming in beyond the subtle blue in the distance, and it seems like the moon might be coming out tonight.
Are we still walking to the inn?
You are.
Okay. So I want to ask Veritin how he's doing. Veritin, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. Just a little, I think, beat up. I think we all are. I can probably use a rest for the night. But I'm feeling okay. I think that was an interesting experience for all of us. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm just worried about the blue dust. I can't shake it off my head and shake it out of my head and keep thinking about it. I'm a bit worried.
I wouldn't worry yourself quite yet. I have just been an old trick set by Halia and Halil? Halia? What was her name?
Halil.
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 Hello.
Yeah.
By the way,
Halia.
Eve, could you just speak up a little bit? We're having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah.
It might have just been an old trap set by Halil. I think we should be fine for now. Everything will be all right.
Okay. I won't be concerned about it until if there's a reason to be nervous about something.
Yes, I think that might be just wise. Seemed the other fellow that she was hanging out with was fine, and if there was any indication that maybe this was the stuff that could have put her in her ways, her worse for wear, and the other people we found, I would assume he would have also been struck by whatever illness prevailed her. So I think let's just keep our heads up, keep pushing forward, and deliver the news that what we know now to the person who hired us in the first place. What was his name again?
Elra.
Elro. Thank you, Billy.
You're welcome.
But I think for now we all deserve a good night's rest
I think we do too. Ooh, a good meal first.
and a hot meal.
And as this conversation kind of finishes, you all do arrive at the inn, and it's pleasant inside. You walk in, it's warm. The sound of the sea kind of drifts off behind you, and again, the inn, you can feel the hearse kind of coming in, and even though the song isn't there, you all kind of have the faint memory of the sound that Billy was playing the other night, just kind of echoing in this place.
I will actually, walking into the empty tavern, being like, "Oh, it's too quiet. It's too quiet." I'll go up to the stage and pull out my lute and start playing the first thing that comes to mind, which is actually the sound that the that
Chumbawamba?
dragon that of Chumbawamba. I will play Chumbawamba. I get knocked out. No, but I'm going for the sound of the dragon bone, of the lightning dragon bone. That's like what I'm going for as I start to play.
Okay, go ahead and make a performance check with disadvantage.
Nice.
Could a bard ever have disadvantage?
That's an 18, baby.
Wow.
So you all watch
Get
as
it.
Billy kind of stumbles up to the stage. Hi, how you doing? And he goes past a piping hot table. It looks like with two men. And Billy, you
And hello.
got even though your eyes are set on the stage in front of you, you do see two small, familiar figures, but don't really put them in your head. And you just go straight into playing. All right. And despite the fact that you don't come close to the sound that you're looking for, you do play a merry tune.
Thank you.
It seems like you just can't quite hit the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, and you hear whispers kind of coming from the side as you walk by, Billy. I think.
And
I give them a wink as I play.
And the rest of you seeing this see Billy kind of stumble through, weaving through the bar stools and the tables, and walks past visibly Honor and Magic and two men, Eve and Elenia. You recognize them as the men that were dancing the previous night. Billy, you are just playing, and you have you kind of see Honor and Magic, and you give them a wave, but at the same time that you're lost in your music.
I'm in the zone.
Honor and Magic are just like, oh, he's good, isn't he? What are the rest of you doing?
Is everybody pretty preoccupied?
It seems like Billy is just doing that. Honor and Magic you are not necessarily nearby. Billy has walked over to the kind of side of the room. You are on the left side. There's still kind of like other things that are there. The inn seems a little fuller. Strangely, there's just a few more people inside. People seem to be eating things. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. With super advantage, right?
Oh, super advantage. How do you get that?
Okay, you do notice Arl seems to be shuttling between tables and stuff. It looks at you guys. Oh, it's good seeing you. I'll be with you in a minute. And he continues to kind of hand out drinks. Brings over another kind of steaming plate over to Honor and Magic and the two men over at the table. It's kind of on you.
I'm going to just go find a quiet corner by myself and start whipping out my notebook as everybody kind of is watching Billy do his work.
Okay. Eve and Alenia, what are you two doing?
I actually am gonna reach for Eve's hand and then just like drag her to the dance floor, but it seems like she wants to come.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Right, like it's been a rough however long of a time it's been.
Veritan, you
support Billy.
So Billy is over right now at the second hearth on the right. You guys came in from the left entrance. And he's kind of over there. There's a few tables. Again, you see Alenia and Eve going out to dance. Billy is just into the music right now. He's doing a little bit of like the Back to the Future dance across the stage right now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And
That's how we're doing.
meanwhile,
I'm feeling myself.
Arl is just kind of shuttling back and forth, but kind of has an eye out for you and looks over at you.
I am actually going to just like as I'm walking over and I see them go to the dance floor. What time is it?
You get the idea that it's closer to 7-ish.
I am going to kind of slowly weave my way and just give them like a no thank you out the front door.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check. With advantage.
11.
Okay. Billy, go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage.
That's a 7.
That is a 7.
Alenia and Eve, go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception.
I get disadvantage on ability checks anyway because I am exhausted.
Drunk.
I actually have a level of exhaustion, but also I'm drunk.
That's oh shit! I got a
Okay. Alenia and Eve, as you both are kind of spinning back and forth around each other, as you spin, you do notice Veritan kind of making his way to the front door.
To the where?
To the front door.
Oh, okay. Sneaky.
You continue dancing for the time being, but
noticing.
you
Yeah.
step outside.
So I'm gonna tap you, Alenia.
You're gonna whisper to me?
Well, I mean, I'm
Or just have me look
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
inconspicuously?
is he trying to leave?
Yeah, what is he doing?
I don't know.
And I would have opened the door at this point and
So
stepped
you're
out.
already outside at this point.
All right,
Oh.
fine.
Veritan left. Should we be concerned?
Not yet. This is kind of his thing.
I guess we should just let him be, huh? And worry if he doesn't come back tomorrow morning.
Oh my
At
god.
this point,
The whole night.
Honor and Magic have both come up and have started grabbing your hands. Oh, would you dance with us, please? And cute little tiefling girls, again,
Aw.
burgundy skin. They have very pretty dresses on right now.
Cute.
Honor looks Honor looks much better than she did the other day when she was hurt. And they go, "Thank you again," and they kind of look over at the men behind them and give you like a wink.
Cute. We would be
Um,
delighted. You two look lovely.
And we'll come back to that. What are you doing outside?
I am going to make my way over to see if it is still open. The place where the priests are.
Okay. All right. So you are heading over to the Temple of Moradin.
Just kind of with my hood up and kind of being inconspicuous, but I'm going over there.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh, such good dancing.
It's gonna take you about
such good dancing.
let's say just about 5 to 8 minutes or whatever, just to kind of get over there. Are you looking to, you know what? Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. You do notice that the lights are on inside, but the front door is shut.
Okay. I will just approach, and as I approach, I see like Rune's head is gonna pop out, and I'm just gonna start petting and be like, "It's alright, girl." I'm just, and I'm just gonna knock on the door. Hello, is anybody in there?
We're gonna come back to that. Eve and Elenia, Billy, you again are lost in the music, just kind of having a good time. Honor and Magic are now like dancing with you at this point, and you hear from the two men over there. Fenton, I say we get in there. Right you are, Irvin. This will be a lot of fun. I know he's pretty good, I have to say. Haven't heard music this good in, well, I can't tell you how long. And the two of them begin to dance next to you guys. Again, just the two men dancing together.
Cute.
Like for us.
Right. We should probably like migrate around everybody.
We shouldn't be twerking around them.
You guys actually have Honor
Like middle-aged
and Magic in
twerking.
both of your hands. So Eve is dancing right now with Honor, and Elenia is dancing with Magic.
Yay!
We're gonna like be like, let's protect these young girls from these.
I know,
men."
right?
And you hear one of them say, Honor, who's your friends here? Oh, well, they're, we just met them in town. They were fun. We heard the music from the one over there, the dragon. And Magic kind of picks up. Yeah, he's really good, and he's really cool. We were playing hide and seek, and we saw them out and listened to it, and that's kind of why we were hiding yesterday, just because we were still playing the game. But
Well, his name is Billy. I am Eve, and this is
I'm
Eleni.
Millennia.
oh, well,
And you are.
Yeah.
I'm Irvin Leal, and this is my husband Fenton Tethwick, and these are our daughters. That's Honor, and that's Magic. Yeah, I see that you've met them. Nice to
Oh,
meet you.
cute.
That's so cute. Okay. Well, it's really nice to meet you. Your daughters are super sweet and beautiful girls.
Oh, well, thank you. We think so too. Isn't that right, girls? And they just kind of giggle a little bit, and you can see that they have flowers in their hair, like fresh ones. And they continue dancing with you guys. Well, I guess you don't seem like Pale Bang type, but and we're gonna end it there, and we're gonna come back to you. Just hear some hushed whispers inside.
I'm just going to continue to. Trevor, are you in there, Trevor? And I'm just going to see if Trevor, the priest, or I'm assuming that's.
Trevor, you expecting anyone? And you see Elro's head pop out.
Hello.
Hello. Veritan, I believe.
Yes. Hello, Elro.
Uh,
Do you mind if I come in?
Come on in.
I'm just
In
gonna.
fact, I think this might concern you. And as you walk in, you see Trevor looking a little kind of nervous.
What's going on in here? Is everything all right?
Well, I've been doing some investigating on my own, and things just aren't adding up. And the glass blades, well, none of them seem to kind of know anything, but it simultaneously feels like I'm missing something. And well, I hate to worry everyone, but talking with Trevor, well, you see, lad,
It's all
well,
right.
I went,
Calm down, Trevor. It's
I
gonna be
went
all right.
to, after we had talked, I went to check on, Tolgi, and well, she was gone. I didn't get a sense of where she went, but it was strange. I tell you, um, everything was there. It's the strangest thing. It just feels like, I don't know, like no one left, but she wasn't there. And well, and then after that, we went back to Pelks, and well, I told Elro basically, and that one, Elro, who that lovely little Mila, yes, yeah, Mila is. And Trevor picks up and goes, a sweetheart. I swear she's more the blessed her. Well, listen, we talked to her, and she had us go over there. We found those two men. Well, the oddest thing about it was that Mila said that she came to us, but well, the men are dead.
And can I assume they're dead by what we've been seeing around town?
No, they had their throats cut.
And I kind of looked at Elro. What do you make of this? Do you know how this happened?
I'm not sure. But the most concerning thing would be that, well, Ergon's body, we found Pelks and we have her, but Ergon, well, Trevor says that he buried him in the back, but it seems like someone took the body.
That is very strange. I wonder what the use of that would be. I mean, how long ago did you bury him?
Well, I mean, I've only had him for like a couple days at most. I took him, I buried him pretty much. Well, after I gave him the rights, I took him in the back, tried to, keep an eye out. I didn't want to scare anyone. It was just, it was just me, and I don't think anyone else was here. No one else had the key but Dean. And
where is Dean now?
I couldn't say where Dean is. It's kind of strange. Sometimes he'll go out and, he'll go check out the walls and come around. He likes to just visit, look around, meet new people, new faces. Sometimes he'll stay out there, kind of more of the adventurous type than me, I have to say. But I haven't seen him in a few days. And that doesn't strike you as odd, Trevor? You hear Elro say that? Well, no, I mean, I've known Dean for years. Only the last two, I'd say, when he came into town, but still.
And where did he come into town from?
I believe he came in from the south. Says he came in from, I think, Narrow Valley or something. Kind of Dwendalian area, but nice fellow. Seems pretty new. I mean, in the faith, I'd say. Human. So you can kind of get a sense of the age, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just a little strange overall. But Veritan, you see, Ergon was missing an arm, and on top of that, he said he was attacked. Now, I've been talking to all the glass blades at this point, and it's just, for some reason, it seems that I'm getting double stories. I'm getting stories that someone said that they would watch someone else, and yet I have alibis backing up where everyone was. And so, I forgive me, I realized that I've sent you on an errand. And in fact, Mila sent me that note, and I regret to say I didn't have the time or the manpower to, well, to go and help you at the cave. And we've been trying to go door to door. In fact, I think Elenia's mother, Evelina, came by the inn earlier. She talked to Arl, seemed a little concerned. Um, she she mentioned that you were heading over there. Did you find anything?
Well, yes, actually, that's what brings me here tonight. We did end up finding Halil and some other strange man that we've never seen before. Some strange tattoos on his face, and almost it seemed more of a shaman of sorts. I'm not
In the cave.
inside of the cave with Halil.
Why, lad? What kind of tattoos? Or you say a shaman?
As if I were to pinpoint possibly what he was doing there, he had an energy of some kind of shaman's work. I'm not quite. I honestly cannot be sure. He didn't say much to us, and well, it wouldn't do you any good to go there now, as Halil and her companion are no longer, well, alive, to put it bluntly.
Oh, so. Oh, I'm so sorry, lad. I didn't. It seems I put you through a lot, and I will be sure to reimburse
It's,
all of you.
well,
But did you find what's going on? I
and
guess.
well, yes, all of that is neither here nor there. We're all fine. We managed to escape with our lives. But one thing, actually, I came with some concern, and I'd like to keep this delicate amongst ourselves. There was some sort of blue dust that had covered all of our party members inside of the cave, and I'm actually rather worried about the repercussions of what that may have been. I believe that it may have been the. Have you ever heard of something called Frigid Woe, by any chance?
Oh, that name rings. No. Elrod, didn't you say there was? Well, do you remember that lad from Isoltras that came around, and they mentioned there was something weird that when they found in the Aeolian ruins. That's, I mean, it seems like more of a thing over there. I couldn't quite remember what it was, but um, I mean, do you have something? Do you have something that we could see? I guess.
Well, after it had expunged amongst all of my friends, amongst us, we evacuated as quickly as we were able to. I didn't think it would be a good idea to step foot in that room once again if some of us were contaminated and some of us were not, but for the safety of others in town, we did not want to carry whatever it was here more than we should. It is still in the cave if we do want to send a messenger there or somebody to explore the area, but
Well,
I can assure you it is everywhere on the ground in there, so be it most careful if you do end up traveling that way.
listen, lad. When you showed me that list earlier, you had mentioned that I think that there was. Well, weren't there two vials? How many vials did you find there? You say
Well,
that there's dust, and I mean, I would assume it was these blue things based on the blue dust.
I can't be certain, and my worries are saying that yes, it is exactly that, but I am hoping that it is the complete opposite. But I believe there was one in there that had exploded all over us, and I think I'm fine. I'm not feeling any of the effects, but I am hoping that all my other compatriots are not suffering any consequences to that.
Okay, okay. thank you for telling me, Veritan. This is news. Well, I'll have to think about this, but you're saying, well, Trevor, you said that on this receipt that there was two. I suppose if she used, well, I imagine that it seems like there was a trap of some kind. Um, why else would you get sprayed with this? But I wonder,
Yes, there was one in there.
did you find everything in the cave?
Yes, we did manage to get some things out of this chest. There might be some residue left on some of these items, actually, now that I think about it. And I quickly take out the items that I took from the chest with my mage hand, actually.
Okay. Oh, hi, that's a lovely trick you got there, lad.
Careful not to touch these, as there may be some residue left on them.
Oh, well, that's some interesting scroll work there, eh? Hey, Elro. And they're both pointing at the scroll case. Can't quite make out what that is, actually. Interesting. Huh. Well, all of this seems quite fine, lad. And I mean, at this point, no one really would say otherwise who it belongs to. But I suppose is this everything? I mean, well, if Halil had two vials, and well, if she only has used one, where's the other vial? Trevor, you're saying there's more. Well, there's indeed. I mean, perhaps we should go in and talk to your friends, see if they know anything.
Yeah. How many are you suggesting the vials there are? And why would you know anything about these?
Well, lad, you showed me that receipt that Ergon had. You asked if I'd seen any of these things, and there was two vials on there.
Yes, actually, Halil had mentioned that there was one that was cracked, and she believes it leaked all over herself, and that was indeed the case of her frost-bitten skin. And I would assume the others possibly had been passed along some sort of item that may have been covered in the same residue. There was one left in a chest that is still in the cave, I believe, was the mechanism that exploded all over us. And I'm hoping that was not the case, but as this is the only lead we have, that may still be involved inside of that chest, the one vial that is now somewhat cracked. That would account for the two. If there is more, then I surely don't know about them.
Well, it seems I couldn't imagine that Halil had one cracked vial, but it affected everyone. I mean, it seems like, well, if Ergon touched it, and then he passed it on to Pelk. So Pelk had it, she touched it, the cracked vial. And then you said Tolgi stole the vial. Well, if Tolgi stole the vial, and then Halil had the vial, then it makes sense that they had a cracked vial. That seems to be passing it just being cracked. Halil seemed to be the only one that noticed the crack, apparently. And, well, if she used another vial, I just hope that, well, I hope that what you're saying is true, that there is no more, because, well, if that got out somehow, I don't know what, it seems like we wouldn't find an end to this. But, Trevor, perhaps we should all go to the inn and we'll set aside this small problem right now. Barrington, please keep this amongst us. Just, yes. I'm not sure who to trust right now. And
of course, and I hope I can have all of your discretion on when speaking upon this to everyone else that I am traveling with. I don't want to raise a big concern amongst them currently, if there is nothing to be concerned about.
Hi. Trevor, is there perhaps anything that you could... Well, I don't know if you would be able to... No, I think not. My lad, I tried what I could do for Ergon, but all we saw were the signs, but that's kind of blue, and...
Yes, I believe so far none of us are showing any of those signs, so I would let... As far as I know for now, I mean, perhaps we'll just keep this as delicate as we can.
Well, I suppose owe you and your friends my thanks, but we'll head over. We'll head over to the inn and touch base, I guess, and I can give you a reward for that, I suppose. And in the meantime, maybe well, Trevor and myself will do what research we can. I think there's some old records in the Glassblades fort, and I suppose I could see what I can find. But let's go to the inn.
All right. Would you like me to meet you there, or you
No, I think that
travel together?
at this point, I think our matches are done. Let's all head there, and you all
Right.
depart.
Perfect. Then I will.
Go ahead.
I'll just go with them.
Coming back, introductions were made, I believe.
This is a lonely, the Heartbreak Hotel. I've been so lonely, baby. Anyway, that's what I'm doing.
Billy has slowly slipped back into a jig, and is moving
Feeling
into
it.
a lovely little tune.
Am I still drunk or am I sobering up at
You're
this point?
sobering up at this point. I'd say you are
Okay.
pleasantly buzzed.
Okay.
Coming back, you
I'll be right back.
Arl. Okay.
Mhm.
Coming back, Arl at this point has come over to you, and he has handed you a stein, and
Me?
has given you
Nice.
Hi, lad. You're doing a great job here.
Oh, thanks, Arl.
Well,
Thank
how-
you.
would you
Water,
like some-
water would be great. Actually, I really appreciate the stein, though. Some water would be fantastic.
I suppose. And how about maybe some bread and butter.
Yeah, and anything greasy. Anything greasy would be great.
Let's see what
That'd
I
be
can pull
amazing.
up. I got
You're a good man, Arl.
greasy for
Thank you.
ya.
Thank you, sir.
And he walks away, and you continue to play.
Yes, I do.
Elenia and Eve, again, you are dancing with the girls right now, and Irvin and Fenton are talking to you at this point.
Cool.
So, what brings you, I guess, to Palebank?
I've been here for the past 4 years. I live just up the hill. Yeah,
Up the
just
you
up the hill.
atop that lighthouse.
Yeah, my mother lives there,
That's-
and Arl is a family friend, so I frequent the inn often.
Oh, Fenton and I we were both talking about how that's a lovely view. Must be nice living there. It's calm here, we have to say. Haven't seen any problems. It's kind of a nice little town. Isn't that right, Fenton? Oh, hi. The girls say that they've had much fun just coming around, and it hasn't been really anything too interesting, I suppose. Just kind of pleasant. Right, girls? And you just see Honor and Magic kind of looking at you guys like, and one of them
Yeah.
kind of gives Billy a thumbs up behind Elenia.
I give her like a smile and a.
And
You
then
know.
you see Magic spinning around it behind Eve, and she just looks at you and
In fact,
away from her father's and just goes,
As I play, I pull out my wand of smiles and I just flick it at one of her parents. I flick it at the dude.
Oh my
they're both dudes.
They're both dudes.
Oh, I flick it at the one closest to Honor. I just flick it at a random one.
And you watch as Fenton suddenly goes, and Irvin looks at him and goes, Fenton, I know it's charming in here, isn't it? It's just such a lovely atmosphere. No, I can't move my mouth. What do we say about using the wand inside? And you just hear the girls giggling behind you guys as you kind of spin it back in place. They're lovely.
Awesome.
I can't believe you got them for them. Yeah, I'm starting to regret it.
So you guys are just all vacationing here then?
Oh, no. Well, you see, we've well, we come from Blade Garden. It's a bit of a walk, honestly. Well, wagon, but you know how it is. And I must say, we were trying to get to Uthadurn, and with the storm that came through just, what was it, 2 days ago? Well, we had to kind of huddle up a little bit more down the mountain. We couldn't make it. It seems like we had heard that New Year's everyone would be there, and we were hoping to come a little bit earlier and move in with the caravans coming up. We heard that the glass blades would be there, but it seems that and Fenton looks at him and goes, well, some of us had to pack a little longer, and we missed it. The girls obviously needed some clothes for the winter, didn't they, dear? And Irvin just says, yes, I'm quite aware it's cold up here, and you were right. But see, forgive me, but we came into town, and it's kind of been, it's been fortunate since we were booksellers, you see. We have some books, looking to get more, I suppose, but we'd come across some things, and we were trying to start a new life, I guess, away from all the war and everything down south. And we thought we'd bring the girls up here and see what we could find. But I have to say, our luck's kind of been with us, isn't that right? And Fenton just kind of smiles and goes, see, the other day when we were coming into town, we met this, what was he? I think it was, didn't she say she was a goat herder? And you hear Irvin kind of spin around again, caught up in the jig that Billy's doing. And goes, yes, what was her name? I think it was Vasha, was it? And then you hear Fenton go, Vera. It was Vera. But yes, she found something apparently, and we've heard talk of, Aeorian treasures, and we're hoping that we can, use that to kind of, get us started with our books, at least more than what we have. So
do I hear this at all, by the way?
Go ahead and make a perception check. And they're kind of moving around. You hear the scuffle of things. At this point, Arl's come back to you and just kind of dropped off of water. And
that's a 12.
Okay. You hear bits and pieces. You've understood that this is, again, you've gotten the names Fenton and Irvin, and you've heard Honor and Magic a lot. You've heard that they've come into town, and just like random bits of discussion. Kind of, it's hard to make out a little bit.
Did I hear the name Vera or no?
I would say you're a little farther away and you're playing, and with an 11, no, you did not.
Okay.
Okay. So we came in and we met this girl, Vera, and I gotta say her goat seemed a little far, but there was one little cute one. Oh yes, that one. We almost picked it up ourselves. The girls loved it. But we thought, why not? And we bought it, and it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. We have it back in the room right now, but we couldn't stop staring at it yesterday. And then we were in such a good mood when we heard the music, from last night. We just had to join you guys, and it was so fun.
Well, I'm glad you guys came and danced with us.
Oh, it's been quite lovely out here, and I think we might get back and just at least have some of that food. Arl, I think he can cook pretty well, surprisingly. It seems like I've heard talk that this is just called the dwarf, but it seems pretty jolly right now. I don't know why people would just take out that first name. And Fenton goes, names. Some people just like to shorten them, like Fen. No one likes Fen. Fenton. Or Ooh. Garden. Everyone liked monosyllabic words. That's because no one could read. And they go and kind of like back and forth bickering and just go and sit down. Honor and Magic at this point are like kind of dancing a little bit more and giggling. Hey, thanks for covering for us.
Of course.
They're really excited though. I have to say, well, we're kind of excited too. It's all new to us, and we haven't seen the ocean before. And that thing that they got is, well, we don't really like the books that much. They've made us read them at least 5 times. Oh, and you hear Magic just go, I mean, I loved the book the first time, but that's one book on the boy in the moon. Oh, a long one. But that thing that they found, it's like, you keep hearing tales of Aor, and it's just so beautiful. It's like this bright blue thing. And Magic is just like, yes, it's like, it's almost magic, it just, I feel something from it. And she kind of casts, and you see sparks kind of shoot up a little bit next to Billy, a little, like the embers come up behind him in a very like decorative floating manner. They kind of float nearby like little fairies, the embers do. And you know that she casts something with her hand as she does this. And then Magic looks at her and giggles and does the same thing. And this time, the water from Billy's mug kind of comes up a little bit, and it just like merges in with the embers in the air, creating a little bit of steam, causing a smoke effect.
I bask in this, baby. I'm all about it.
Meanwhile,
I don't know what's going
kind
on, but I'm into it.
And Arner and Magic are doing a little bit of a show with you, and Billy is getting into it, full character right now.
These are the special effects part of the concert that's going on right now.
Billy, go ahead and make a perception check again, because at this point you've kind of been half listening again.
So
14.
Okay. You did kind of hear a little bit of the conversation that the girls were talking about.
Okay.
What did I hear?
You heard them just talking about the Aeorian relic a little bit more that their parents found. And this lovely blue light, it seems like magic. And you noticed that because right before that, they kind of did their thing, and that's like caught your attention. And you went with it. Elenia, go ahead.
So your parents found a book of Aeorian magic or an Aeorian relic?
No, that's one idea. It's a bit odd. Our fathers, they thought she was so cute, but something seemed weird. Yes, her goat smelled just a little funny. And then she goes, oh, well, she said it was an Aeorian relic. We haven't really, we've been kind of looking at it, when they haven't been there, but it's like a blue glass thing, quite beautiful. We'll have to show you later. And they're just so excited looking at you guys.
Yeah, we'd love to see it.
And then they just kind of giggle a little bit. At this time, Veritin, you have made your way back. And you, Elro, and Trevor all walk into the end.
I'll just kind of come in.
Billy sees the cue and slows the music down a little bit.
Is it clear
Slow the
outside?
music.
Just you stop for a moment, and then now you're, with the smoke and everything kind of going on, you're going to go full into it again.
If I may, as I see Veritin and them enter, the name Irwin hits my brain, and I now realize
Irvin,
where I know that name from.
Okay.
And I'm going to calmly like ease out the music to a natural finish.
Okay.
And I'm then gonna sit down. I'm gonna walk over and sit down with the dads.
Okay.
All
right.
Is it clear outside? Is it snowing? Is it?
At this point, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
We'll say for your walk back.
Okay. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back.
I actually do too. So we'll everyone take a small break, and then we'll come back to that.
Taking a pee break.
Zappy. Oh, hey, Ryan, you going pee? You probably are, aren't you?
How's it feel
How's what
to
feel?
pee, Ryan, with us in your ear?
Yeah, Ryan, can you hear us as you're peeing, and we're probably talking into your ear during this pee? How's the flow? Is the flow good?
How's the flow? Strong flow. Would your mom say it sounds like a horse is in the bathroom?
Is it just coming out of you so easily?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
You
it
need
just...
to push hard so it flows faster.
Jeez. Uh,
That's so funny.
I wonder if he could actually hear us. I don't know how far his bathroom is. So. Gross. Gross.
He's my fiance.
God, that's so weird.
Shut up, you're
that
excited.
guy? That guy?
Okay, I actually do need to pee. I just wanted to. I realized that we could like be in Ryan's ear while he pees.
I think so.
Oh, that's great. Hold
Yeah,
on.
honestly.
Don't. That was the grossest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. I was legitimately peeing, and I just heard, "Is it as? Would your mom say it was as bad, hard as a horse peeing?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
My mom said this line to me. She goes, "You know, the boy needs to move out when it sounds like a horse is peeing in the toilet." And I was like, "What?"
What does
That was
that
some,
mean?
Irish shit, dude, that she dropped on me.
Oh my god.
You know the boy needs to move out. What is that, a prostate problem?
No, meaning like he's getting old. Like it doesn't sound like a tinkle anymore. Like he's a man. Like his pee.
Oh,
He's hung.
Oh shit.
got it.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
Steady stream.
We were,
Steady.
like on the couch, like watching a movie, and like my brother went to the restroom, and I literally was like,
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
and
the people that.
echoing throughout the house.
Oh yeah, when you hit directly into the water, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
no recourse, just full on. It's going in this bowl.
But
I
if you
heard-
hit the side, it's
I read an Instagram that says guys try to like pee and then flush the toilet and pee before it like fully flushes. Like they flush it midway and then
Oh yeah, guys do that. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
shut up, Ryan. You know they don't.
I've made that mistake sometimes. Not
I
to
don't
do
do that, but I know
Yeah.
But I've definitely pissed right into the water of the bowl, and people people can hear me, and I'm like,
Full
this
confidence.
is embarrassing.
Nah.
Mhm.
Full
Mhm.
confidence, first of all,
Yeah.
because I'm just pissing. I
I'm
just gotta
peeing.
do my thing.
You know I'm
Okay.
coming in here for something. I'm peeing.
And then someone's like, "You pee so loud." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm just peeing. What
Yeah.
do you do?"
Yes. Conversations in D&D.
Yep.
This is recorded. Oh, my mom would be so proud.
Oh yeah.
She's not gonna care.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Oh.
Cheers,
You got another beer, Gel.
Ladies, cheers.
lady. Look at that
Here,
ring.
this doesn't-
Look at that ring on that finger.
Damn.
Bling. She hang low.
I know you can't
Oh
even
my
tell
God.
how massive that thing is actually
Yeah,
in the.
literally can't. Brooke came
You did
over
good.
today and she was like, "Oh my god, like the pictures don't do it justice. This looks way bigger."
I was so curious. I was talking to someone the other day because I knew I knew that at some point he was going to propose to you, and I was like, I'm so curious to know the ring, because I know this guy whose
Mhm.
dad owns a ring shop is going to do something right, and I've been so curious to know what the ring is.
Well, fun before we get into it, since you asked, when I started mingling with Joey, and I found out that he had a jewelry store, our relationship wasn't as advanced yet.
As it is now.
Yeah,
Right.
as it is now.
You
We
weren't engaged yet.
we were kind of having fun, I guess you'd say. And so I felt comfortable where I'm in that zone where I'm not like, oh, I'm his girlfriend and I'm going to talk about rings. I felt like in the zone where like he's a friend and I'm a girl and I'm just going to ask a guy like an honest question. Like, hey, so I've asked guys about rings before, like whatever, but you're a guy who really knows about jewelry. Like does this mean like you feel like you'll create one depending on her personality? Do you already have one in mind? Do you kind of have one in mind? And he was like, obviously you have to adjust it to the girl, but overall, I know what I want to do. Meaning like he knows what ring, like
Yeah.
what shape, what diamond shape he would want.
That makes sense.
And I was like, but what if she doesn't like that? And he was like, too bad. And so I kind
Sucks for her.
I
literally said, well, that sucks for her, because I didn't know much about diamonds, but I knew the brilliant cut is one of the best cuts that you can do for a diamond. Like between the cut, how it catches the light, that it's a classic.
They're all beautiful. They're just different tastes, different styles. And I think for me personally, it was just like a classic look that doesn't really go out of style. And I think that in certain things, like and easy, like it's a lot of things. There's definitely a lot of factors there.
Like it's not overdone.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just different looks, depending on what you want. Like, don't get me wrong, the emerald cut can be absolutely breathtaking, but it's a very specific look.
So that being said, because I know Joey's going to get more into more in technicality than me, I always knew it would be a brilliant cut. Like if he were to propose, I that was the moment I knew it would always be a brilliant cut. And like, to be honest, it wasn't my favorite, but like when I went into the Henderson store and I tried on some rings, like I happened to try on a brilliant.
You snuck in and did all this stuff.
Aww.
And I was like, wow, that's actually really nice. So
my sister did that. She went into Henderson Jewelers and tried on a bunch of rings and favored a bunch, and she was like, I want you to tell Adrian when he comes out here next that you should casually make a trip over to Henderson Jewelers to see which rings I like.
So many people do that where they're just
That's awesome.
My parents always laugh about it because of the fact that like they know that their friends and like all the people in the store, like they're hardcore. So like the families will like force their kids, like if you're gonna get a ring, go here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's pretty hilarious.
Always thought I would go to Henderson Jewelers for an engagement ring. It's just like it's a family thing. It's a community thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we know who we're sponsored by.
Yeah.
Roll for Initiative, sponsored by Henderson Jewelers.
Yeah.
Be brilliant today.
Yeah, D.W. Henderson Jewelers out in Burbank, California.
Okay.
Everyone
Oh.
watching.
Okay.
Oh,
For real.
I mean, Henderson, I never thanked you for fixing my brother's clasp on his necklace, by the way. That was really cool.
Dude. I was just I was like on a lunch break from work and I was just like, fuck it, I'm here.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That was really cool.
So, what was I gonna say? Are we all ready to kind of come back?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think now.
I definitely, I need to clarify some stuff, but I'll just,
If you want to ask me something right now as a DM, you can, just because we're on like a small little break.
Right. Gotta be honest, I was like, that story got like really mixed up because it was like, okay, so you went to Vera and you got goats? Like your parents sell books?
It was a goat like from what you kind of gathered, it seemed like it was a goat herder that was Vera, and they were.
She's a goat herder, but they got this Aeorian relic from.
So they were in a storm. They were trying to kind of come in with the caravans between New Year's, and so they were trying to get here earlier, but they didn't to be able to go up to Uthadurn, and the storm kind of couldn't allow them, so they ended up camping a little bit outside, is what you gathered, and they met a goat herder there who had found an Aeorian relic, and they've heard tales of these things. And they kind of, it seems like they decided that they wanted to invest in this.
Yeah. So the parents purchased the Aeorian relic, or okay,
from Vera.
Okay.
So we're going to kill them for it, just so you all know.
Well,
that's the next step.
I mean, I'm like concerned for their well-being more than anything.
Billy
else.
is like, death by smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I sit down on the desk, I conjure thunderclap and.
Jesus.
I don't do that. I don't do it.
Yeah.
As Billy does this, he goes.
No, I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't do it.
He just cuts a fart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A thunder fart is what I cast. I cast thunder fart.
Thundercrap.
Just 1d4 damage, I will say.
God.
Okay.
It's a very powerful fart.
So the music at this point has kind of settled down. Billy, you have stopped. We will say that there is a faint musical echo in the background, so we'll just throw on a little something.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Reverberates. There's a good
Elena-
acoustics in this inn.
And the girls at this point, kind of seeing Billy stop, they go to their stuff and they actually pull out a little. Looks like they have a little tambourine, like kind of some bells on like a wristband. And the one starts to kind of like do a little dance with like the bells, and then the other one is just kind of clapping on the table. And they're both using thaumaturgy to just get like kind of little effects and things. It's a little like magic show going on over there with the girls, Elenia and Eve at this point.
Aww. I would totally join, except I have business to attend to. And yeah, I sit down with Fenton and Irwin. It's Irwin, right? I believe.
Irvin.
Irvin.
I thought it was Earl.
IRV.
Shit.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
Irvin.
Irvin is even better. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So I sit down.
As this happens, Elro and Veritin and Trevor have walked into the bar at this point.
Okay.
I'm just going to. I'm gonna walk in first, and is it like snowing or was it not? Or
That's right. You rolled a perception check, correct?
yeah, I just want to like, am I brushing off snow of any kind? Am I
So
like?
at this point, the only thing that you've noticed, like from being outside previously and like the light, is that storm still seems to be on the horizon a little bit. It's clearer tonight still. It seems for some reason like these clouds aren't moving out in the distance, but relatively clear night. The stars are out. You do notice that Katha is coming up, and she is waxing in her first stage. There's just a faint sliver coming out from Katha. And for those that don't know, waxing is when the moon is coming into its full and then waning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So wise.
So
Okay.
wise in the ways of moons.
And I'm going to come in first and kind of hold the door open for Trevor and Earl. And I'm just going to give it... Elrope, sorry. And I'm just going to see if anybody sees me walk in. Do they see me walk back in?
At this point, they are very much engaged. And you've heard the music kind of going a little bit. You walked in pretty much right as that smoke show started happening with Billy. It looks lively and entertaining. And Elro and Trevor both kind of look at you and then just kind of look back and just, it's quite lovely in here, lad. I suppose, Elro, would you like to take the lead here, or Veritin? And you see Billy kind of step off stage at this point now. And the girls are doing their thing now, and it seems like he's wandering down to the tables.
How about we go find a quiet spot over there in the other corner and maybe just exchange some more notes?
Well,
And
I think that seems fair. Let me have a word with Arl, and I just want to touch base with him, see if Avelina had heard anything, and I guess we'll all move over here. Yeah, I'll meet you over there. And you see Elro just kind of wander off. Trevor looks at you. Well, lad, I guess it's me and you.
yes, let's go find ourselves a seat.
I think Arl has some nice stuff in the back. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I went and got us a couple glasses.
I think that'd be nice. Perfect. Thank you.
And you now are on your own as you kind of go over to the corner. Elro has gone to the bar. And he's just flags Veritin. Flags Arl. Walks over. You just see the two of them kind of just like talking. They look over at you for a minute. Arl looks at everyone kind of for a moment and then just nods. It's weird. There's a moment of clarity almost in his face. Like you've seen him kind of just like doing his thing and stuff, and he's very alert for a moment, and then it comes back, and he's normal and keeper self. And he looks at Elro and just kind of nods and motions upstairs. And then Elro comes back over to you. In the meantime, you watch as Trevor just walks behind the bar, doesn't even look at Arl, goes back, looks for something, kind of looking around, finds a couple glasses. One looks a little dirty, kind of just rubs it on his robes, and pulls out something, starts to pour it. Arl comes over and just gives him a smack, and he continues to pour it hurriedly, and then he comes back over, and Arl's just kind of like throwing rags at him and things. You little thieving Trevor, I swear to God, Moradin's balls on you. I hope your hair falls off your beard, you little shit. And Trevor is walking by and just going, Mordine's blessing on you, my son. Mordine's blessing.
I hope your hair falls off your beard, you little shit.
And he comes back over and he goes, Iarl's such a sweetheart, isn't he? Here you go, lad.
Thank you.
Aye, that's the good stuff. And Elro comes back over, and Arl kind of disappears and goes upstairs. And, okay, well, Veritan, I see that your friends are here. What else did you want to discuss, I guess, in the meantime?
I just want to see, what are your plans for the, who am I talking to now at this point?
You're talking to Elro,
Okay.
and Trevor is also there, happily sipping his beer.
All right, so I'm just like, so knowing what we know now, I mean, you sent us on, and I kind of point over to everybody else, kind of slyly, not a big gesture. You sent us out to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town. Well, I think it might be safe to say that we found a relatively decent point as to which we can proceed together at this point. What is your plan for the Glassblades, and where are you exactly stationing everybody during this time?
And he looks around for a moment. Like, you notice him definitely looking around. And he looks back at Trevor, and like, Trevor, I trust you. Arl should be here for this. Veritan, would you wait just a moment?
Yes, of course.
And you're all kind of just sitting there for, like, let's say, I would say probably another 2 minutes or so. And at this point, you notice Arl coming down the stairs with Avelina. And she kind of looks around the room. And in a very live fashion, both her and Arl kind of move in the shadows past the bar. And unbeknownst to everyone, it seems, they kind of come over to the corner towards you. Well, thanks for having me.
Avelina, it's good to see you.
Oh, hello, you. How did the furs work out?
That was wonderful, thank you. What are you doing here?
I'm glad to see you're okay. I know that the cave might have been a bit much.
Is everything all right?
Well, after we saw you, I came to check in with. Well, I came to check in with Arl, and kind of told me a little bit of what he'd been doing, a bit more, and I started doing my own little research, and I wasn't always a lighthouse keeper, so between the two of us, we've been looking around a bit more for Elro, and we've all kind of noticed some things. Elro, thank you for looking after my daughter. I know that you've been doing things from the shadows, but at the same time, who knows what's going on anymore.
And I'm going to take my hood off just so it's making everybody can see who I am.
Okay. All right. And at this point, we're actually going to jump over to Billy having his conversation.
So I sit down with Fenton and Irwin, and I said, or Irvin, and I said, "How you boys doing? I saw you last night. I had no idea you were the fathers of Honor and Magic here. They're lovely girls, very sweet."
Oh, well, we're pretty proud of them. Honestly, kind of fate, I guess you could say, that brought us together. Well,
are they also tieflings, or are they?
They are visibly human men.
Okay. Anyway, keep going.
And Fenton kind of looks over Irvin. Avondra's grace be on everyone, and you just see Irvin again. Honestly, you see, we grew up in Blade Garden, and it's Well, with the war and everything going on, it affects a lot of things, and I'm not I'm not really the soldier type. I got caught up in books, and Fenton here, well, he's more of a scholar in that regard. Um, but between the two of us, we kind of found each other. Um, and Blade Garden has a bit of a masculinity issue, and
Mm.
not necessarily anything wrong, but at the same time, they they don't really see the other side. And well, with the war, it seems like people are getting hurt on both sides. We found the girls. I think personally, they could have been from the Kryn side, but we're not sure. But it didn't matter. They they were young girls, and they needed us. And well, we've always wanted our own. And honestly, it was honestly, that's kind of where we got our names. It was magical, and it seemed like the right thing to do. And that's words are important to us, and we felt that as tieflings like to kind of hold on to certain things, that we should raise them in the best way we could, and based on that, those values. So we brought them with us, and well, we've loved them ever since.
Well, that's very brave of you too, and honorable. Good for you. And it seems like you're doing them right. Um, the fact that you deal in books, I have a friend, and I know that Veritan's here, right? I saw him walk in.
You've actually been very focused right now on kind of things because you heard this and you've now drawn into this attention right now. You did not see the front door.
Okay, cool. I have a friend who might actually be. He seems to be very interested in books, and it's good to know that there is someone here that sells them, and I might let him know that you guys are here now. But I couldn't help but overhear as I was playing something about Aeorian magic. Very interesting. What exactly did you guys find?
Oh, um, and you kind of hear Fenton going, oh, "We honestly can't stop talking about it, but we probably should." No one knows really. Well, we Irvin might know more. I've only heard books or read books about Aeor and the Fallen City, but and Irvin kind of picks up. Well, you see, what we know is that Aeor was one of the cities that fell during what was, I'd say, before the Great Calamity. What was that? I think it was pre-divergence, post-divergence. No one's quite sure. But basically, Aeor was amidst the war with the gods and everything going on, and what we know is that somehow there were mages there, and they had all kinds of things that we don't even know what it is yet today. But the city fell for some reason. No one really knows, but we think that from all the things that we've read, that the gods all teamed up just to bring this city down because they discovered something. They had things that could hurt gods, and so the city fell. And what we know, and it's not much. We've gone through many libraries. When we went to Grimgalier, we looked at whatever they found there, and we found several things. But the books that we found all kind of point to the idea that the city might still be there. And Easel Cross seems to be a very popular spot, and we think that that city is what fell there, as these items that people keep bringing back might be tethered to that time. And but we know that there's deep magic tied in there. Anything could be worthwhile. I mean, it might be life-changing for all we know. So we didn't think that the herder knew much on it, and I wouldn't say we took advantage of her. She got a rather good deal for 100 gold, but well, we're hoping that we can sell it in Newtherdern or wherever. We have some things that we were looking to sell there, and we're just trying to build our books, our collection, our lives. Go from there.
I'm sorry to forgive me if this sounds too specific, but you didn't happen by chance buy a vial of some type of blue liquid.
And on that note, we're going to jump back to Veritan.
No,
Eleni
fucking
and Eve, are you still,
A!
Eleni and Eve, are you still talking to the girls and dancing and doing things?
I assume so, yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
like to be, or would you like to have, you notice Billy go down. The girls are giving a wonderful dance and kind of like display of things. Arl's been busy serving all kinds of food. He did notice you two and has brought like a little side table of like hot meats. And it looks like there's some warm ale over there. He's obviously making an effort. He seems in high spirits. There's quite a few people in this room right now. You notice some people over in the corner over there. You didn't really see them come in, but you're just moving around. You're having a great time. Is there anything you would like to be doing during?
Did I see my mom come in?
You did not. The girls doing their display has very much enraptured your attention, and you're kind of like really. I would say that since you were dancing with them, you're kind of getting into it. But you did not see Evelina. It seems like she had made an effort to not be seen.
Okay, so I didn't see my mom come in, so I'm not seeing her talk to Veriton right now.
Nope.
Okay, and Billy's talking to the girl's parents?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well then,
So-
fuck it. We're just gonna I'm just gonna stay with the girls then. I'm just gonna
Perfect. So you guys are having a great time. The girls are loving you too. You are getting into it at this point with them. And they are definitely dancing up a storm. Their tails are kind
Same.
of twitching back and forth. Again, you've all kind of picked up a jig now. It seems like the girls have made up a dance, and at this point, you have also added into it. And the four of you right now are basically performing a new dance you all just came up with.
lit.
Oh,
Okay.
fun.
I want to be like, I'm also, just observing the room. Like, where I would want to have sat is like my.
You are looking out.
Yeah, I want to be looking, kind of observing.
You were the
it.
first person to kind of go into the corner, and everyone else
Yeah.
kind of came around you. So you definitely have the best vantage point right now of everything going on.
Cool.
You did notice Billy coming down and talking to the parents at this point. You don't know who they are, but at the same
Yeah.
time, though, you recognize them as the men from last night before you went upstairs.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the room as I'm listening to everybody's conversation.
Okay. And at this point, Avelina was talking to you. Well, we were just concerned, Veritan. I guess something bigger is going on. Elro has kind of explained things to me, and yeah, I'm a little concerned with everything.
What is your concern exactly?
Well, as Elro said, something is going on, and well, I've been here for 4 years, and I trust Elro, I trust Arl, and they both nod to her, and Trevor just kind of, is happily sipping his drink, and she goes, Bowden knows them from long ago, and I would trust them with my lives, but it just all timing-wise seems a bit strange, and what with New Year's and everyone being gone, we can't help but get the feeling that something is working underfoot. And I know that you were working on something yourselves. Did you discover anything? Elro, do you have any news? Oh, well, I guess Alenia, basically, they went to the cave, as you know, and they found what they have heard it to be Frigid Woe. And he kind of looks around. I'm not really sure of the name, and nor I, but well, we're going to do what research we can, figure this out. And he looks at you, kind of makes eye contact, and goes, but everyone seems okay for right now. We'll let you know if anything changes, certainly. But have you noticed anything, you or Arl, just things at night perhaps? You might have a good vantage point in the tower. And Avelina again. No, I mean, with the storm the other night, you're saying that Ergon was attacked, and I can't say that I could see anything. The last few nights have been quite clear. hasn't been too much going on. A few people coming and going, but nothing out of the ordinary. Not like seeing a body being dragged. At least I don't spend too much time looking back at the town. Elro, you know this. And Elro just nods. Veritan, do you have any questions or concerns? I guess I know I've been keeping you in the dark.
I'm just trying to find the next plan of attack here, since we all know what we're dealing with. What is our concerns? What to be done next? How do you want to approach it? Evelina, you said you were not a lighthouse keeper once upon a time. Where are your skill sets in all this, if not keeping the lighthouse?
Oh, my daughter and I weren't always in this town. We've only come here since 4 years ago, and we have a past, let's just put it that way, but Bowden's the captain of the Calypso, and both myself and Linnea were sailors on that for years. I myself have been around, let's just say that. And I've had my own adventures. And my concern lies with the town. It's become my home at this point, and Elenia, naturally. Errol has been good, and everyone here in Pale Bank has been good to us. And I'm hoping Bowden will come home soon. He might have more of an idea of what this might be. But I suppose, Elro, if you can find out anything, I guess, about this, do we know that it's stopped? It doesn't exist anymore. That no one else has been affected.
Well, from what I know, we haven't seen anything else other than when we were in the cave. Halil, which I'm sure most of you have heard this name, if not met her.
I can't say that I have.
Well, it's all right. She probably won't be hearing much of her anymore. Anyway, she was under the impression that there's a cure for whatever came over her and the others that we've found across town with this blue freeze that seems to be slowly killing people. What's happened in the cave? The Frigid Woe, which it's as bad as it sounds, and from what you all have heard, I'm afraid that's, and I kind of point over to people over there in the room, that we may have been exposed to the same thing inside of the cave as Halil had some sort of contraption that's erupted a blue mist over all of us from a chest that she was keeping between her and a companion.
And at this point, Arl, who's been quiet this whole time, looks at you. You mean you were exposed, lad? And it's strange because his accent is a little bit more crisp. He seems just a little bit more alert.
I don't want to worry everybody. I feel fine, and we all feel fine. But yes, unfortunately, whatever it was had surrounded us in the mist.
Elenia, I have to ask, please.
Yes, unfortunately, she was there.
I will.
I know this is hard, but please keep this amongst ourselves, as I don't want to worry the others until we get to the bottom of possibly what this is.
And she looks back at Elenia at this point dancing, and everyone in the group kind of looks back at the group, back at Billy right now. Billy, go ahead and phrase your question.
I'm sorry if this seems oddly specific, but I couldn't help over here. Your name is Irvin, I believe, correct?
Yes, I'm Irvin. This is Fenton.
Right.
Those are our Daughters Honor Magic.
Right.
Billy, right?
Correct. Yes. Hi. How you doing? You didn't by chance buy a vial with a cold blue liquid from a woman named Vera, did you?
Well, you must have heard us talking there. Yeah, we were just telling. I think they're your friends, but and Fenton picks up Elenia and Eve, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. But most importantly, is that a yes?
Well, yes. I'm assuming you heard the story.
You haven't opened it. It's not cracked, is it?
Cracked.
It's not leaking, or you haven't actually touched the blue liquid inside, right? Is it just?
And Fenton kind of looks back at Irvin and just back at you. You've seen this before.
I just want to make sure that you haven't. In this very present moment, I want to make sure that you
and
haven't
Irvin
touched the liquid.
immediately interrupts you and says, "What is it that you know? Listen, how do you know about this? How do you know so much about it? Because honestly, you're scaring us right now, and both myself and we've all touched it.
Well, if you touch the vial itself, that's okay, as long as you haven't touched the liquid itself, is what I'm asking about.
Well, no one's opened it, but at the same time,
Okay.
Why shouldn't we touch it?" And Fenton is looking at the girls now. Girls, come here.
Well, they don't. It's okay. It's
and
okay.
Honor and Magic kind of look a little worried. They start coming over. What is it, Dad? Girls, you guys weren't playing with the relic. I know we said not to, but please be honest right now. Did you touch it? And you kind of see Honor and Magic both just like look away a little bit and then come back and go. And Magic just goes, no. And Honor goes, yes. And then kind of like you see her tail kind of snap over at Magic and slap her a little bit. And Magic goes, yes.
You girls didn't... Did you girls open it by any chance?
No, it's just a beautiful blue. You can feel kind of almost like the magic inside of it. We wanted to, but no, we didn't open it.
Do I believe them?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. And at this point, Elenia
13.
and Eve, I would say that you two would probably come over at this point because the girls got summoned over, unless you feel like doing something else. So Elenia, what would you like to do? Would you like to look around, or do you think that you'd follow the girls?
Well, am I overhearing them at all?
You definitely heard the girls get summoned over, and obviously like your dance and everything we're doing, kind of the rhythm fell off. So at this point, it's kind of quiet. You hear the hearth, you hear the chatting of people in the room, and you're definitely hearing the conversation coming over. And you're seeing Billy naturally talking to them. So,
okay. I'm assuming it's just Eve and I kind of are dancing, and once I saw the girls leave over to where Billy is, I probably would say like, let's keep an eye on that and head over in like the next like 20 seconds.
Okay.
So about at this time,
you're probably coming in at this
head
point.
over and be like, hey Billy, is everything okay?
And the girls at this point are looking a little concerned just because they're getting kind of interviewed by their dads. They know that something's up, and they're looking at Billy. Like you can tell that they're a little like concerned about what you talked about.
With my 13, or do I believe they're telling the truth about not opening it and not at all?
Yeah, it seems
Okay, cool.
like right now that they're telling the truth.
Yeah, Olivia, everything is right now. Everything's fine. You girls can go on off with your tambourine, and as soon as I can, I'll try to accompany you.
And then Magic and Honor both immediately switch back, and they just goes, oh, okay. And they get back into it. They are super excited for you to join them, and they keep kind of dancing around. Again, this time you hear like little faint notes in the air of them doing some stuff. They're trying to kind of replicate a little bit of what you did earlier, and they're very much eagerly looking at you, kind of ready to jump back in. Lenia and Eve, are you going back with them, or are you kind of at the table now looking at this? Because you do see Billy looking concerned.
I definitely wanted to use, at first I was going to try to like talk to the girls about it. Like I was really concerned that they were playing with this, so I was gonna try to like dance with them and ask them more questions. So like if I'm lighthearted and not gonna get them in trouble, like maybe they'll tell me more
Okay.
about, but I guess we got where we got, we
At this
now know
point,
where
we'll say that you could have lightly had conversation and gleaned that they were you asking them anything about what they found? Like, what would you like to have asked them?
I would have asked them like, it would have been like, oh, how long have you had it for? Like, does it, I guess I would have asked, like, have you opened it or dropped it or that kind of stuff. But I did like
at this point, the girls, you didn't necessarily know what they found per se. You just know this relic. No, I take it back. You did hear that they were talking about the blue thing and you were asking. So at this point, we will say that they both said similar answers of, of course, it's so cool. We touched it, but they won't let us open it kind of thing. And then you hear Magic go, it's really hard, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, so, I kind of put a pin in that when they were talking about it. Like, okay, gonna make a note of that, but like not out on the open dance floor. Are we gonna be like
so you did glean from them that they maybe tried to open it but couldn't. And then they kind of walked over, and now you're at the table. Billy had his whole little thing, and now they've walked back, awaiting Billy. Are you going back with them or no?
I'm gonna. Are they like being like, oh, come dance with us?
They are quite happy on their own right now. Their eyes are on Billy a little bit.
I'm gonna stay with Billy.
Okay.
Right.
Linnea?
I'm gonna turn to the girls and be like, we'll come join you in a minute, girls.
Yeah.
Just because I kind of want to discuss like what's going on, because obviously they called the girls over. We already know the information that the girls gave us. Mm-hmm. We kind of get a vibe that something's going on involving it. Sure. So
you just see Honor Magic just giggling like, they're so pretty. I know. This is so cute. Look at the one's hair right there. I swear. It's like she's underwater a little bit. And you just hear all this stuff kind of going on as they're like, again, dancing, doing more things. Billy, we're going to just jump back to you for a second. Go ahead. So Eleni and Eve are next to you at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to turn to Fenton and Irvin.
Listen, whatever you're going to say, please tell us now.
Okay, the girls are fine. I don't know if you've heard about what's been going on around town.
And Fenton looks at you immediately and goes, what's been going on around town?
Nothing that needs to concern you as long as you don't open the vial.
And both him and Fenton now looking at each other, they're grasping each other's hands very firmly, and they're both incredibly nervous, like shaking nervous, and they go, what is it that we purchased? Because you are scaring me and my family, and I would like some answers now.
There's no reason to be scared. You guys are fine. It is something called, the vial contains something called Frigid Woe. Throughout the past few days, we've met rather few individuals, someone close to me, who succumbed to this.
Stood up and is kind of backing away a little bit as he hears this.
I'm going to get up from the table as I see this happen as well.
So I would say that at this point, you have synced up to the conversation. And when you all have looked over, you kind of were looking over. You saw the girls kind of talking to them for a minute, in which they gave shakes. And all of you were just kind of like almost looking at the group because there was a weird scene in a sense. And I would have said that you saw them turn away, and then Fenton obviously visibly stand up, and Elro just kind of looks over at Evelina. Something's up.
As Fenton says it, I'm going to be like, Fenton, is there something you're not telling me?
On that note, we're going to go back to Veritan.
I'm gonna get up right when I see him. Excuse me, everybody. Be right back. Just everybody remain calm. It's gonna be fine.
Avelina looks over at Elro, and all of them are kind of at the ready a little bit. It's interesting. Go ahead and make a perception check, Veritan.
Perception. I'm going to perceive poorly.
Mediocrely.
You notice that all of them, except for Trevor, Actually, I take that back. You do notice that all of them seem to have their hands in various pockets, and Trevor is grasping his empty stein rather firmly.
I'm gonna get up, and as I say that to everybody, it's fine. Everybody relax. Sure, it's nothing. And I've been the only one really watching the whole room this whole time, and I just saw a tempo change over there that drew me to stand up. I don't think everybody else at the table saw that happen, did they?
They looked back when you were discussing the exposure. Avelina was looking very much at Eleni and everything else. Elro and Trevor and Arl all had looked back with you kind of when you mentioned exposure. But at this point, all they see is Billy talking to someone, Fenton, at this point, and him standing up and looking very concerned. So they're aware that there has been a tone change. And I would also say that at this time, with Fenton standing up, the girls stop their dancing for a moment. And there's a very much a kind of a weird silence in the room.
I'm going to get up, and as I kind of tell everybody just to kind of remain calm, I'm going to walk over. Yeah, hello, everybody. Sorry about that. I stepped out for a minute. How's everything going tonight?
Veritan, it's going all right. These two own a bookstore, or they sell books, which is something that I
touched it. I don't know what it is that he's talking about.
Is everything all right?
He keeps talking. I've heard that name, Irvin. I've heard that name when we were looking at stuff from Aor and Hazel Cross. It's not good. It's not good. It's something we should have. If they would want it, then
it's all right. Can you have a seat? Have a seat. All right.
It's not good. We touched it.
Fenton.
Got to us, and he is panicking in a full panic right now. And
Fenton,
Irvin
if you touch,
to calm down.
Fenton, if you touch the violet stuff, that's okay. That's okay. You're fine. You're perfectly fine.
How do you know it's fine? How do you know it's fine?
Because I know. Because I know it's fine.
You don't know.
Because I've touched it and I'm fine. I've touched the vial itself, one of them, and I'm fine.
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck, I have disadvantage on this too. Fucking A.
As of right now, you've sobered up, so I would say that you do not have.
No, because I have a point of exhaustion.
So yes.
So that's an 8.
Yeah. Irvin just looks at you and goes, "No." Then we have to do something. We have to. And he starts looking around wildly for someone, anyone, and at this point, Fenton is just like. Or Irvin is looking at him like, Fenton, calm down. You're scaring the girls. Please, Fenton. And Fenton looks down, and both Honor and Magic are dead silent and just kind of holding hands. Dad, what's wrong? And they're getting nervous right now. And Irvin's just like, everyone calm down. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Elro is kind of starting to walk over behind Veritin, and Avelina comes out from behind Elro. Hello, gentlemen. I forgive me. I don't know what's going on here, but
Mom.
Eleni, it's good to see you, dear. Is there something wrong here? Please, we'd be happy to help. You seem just a bit concerned, and I couldn't help but notice. Is there something I can help with, please? And as she touches them, you just kind of see Fenton just kind of ease into it just a little bit more. He just kind of calms down, and she looks at him and says, "It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I've seen things, and whatever it is, it'll be okay." And everything kind of calms down, and the energy dissipates a little bit, but you can see that his pulse is definitely going at this point. The girls definitely look a little concerned, and Irvin looks back at you, Billy, and looks kind of around the room and says, "Is there something that we should know?" Because
maybe we should all take this to a private room.
We probably should discuss this out in the open, yes.
Yeah, seeing as this conversation suddenly grew in party size, as I look around at everybody, why don't we discuss the rest in private?
And on that note, as you were starting to say that, Arl picks up immediately and just starts to go, "Anyone want any more drinks?" And just is already moving around the room. And Trevor it looks like he's kind of a little drunk at this point, and he's just kind of sloshing his ale on the corner. I'll take another glass over here, lad. Anyone else want some? I hear it's free drinks tonight. And Arl immediately just goes, no, it's not free, and just looks back at Trevor, and you just kind of see like the other people in the room kind of rushing the bar a little bit more as Arl and Trevor kind of like are arguing a little bit. You guys have a moment of privacy, it seems like.
Why don't we head upstairs and talk about the rest? And I say that to the entire group.
Yeah, and
that's
Elro
around
looks
me.
at you and just goes, really, I think that's a good idea. Gentlemen, I'm Elro. I'm in charge of the town a little bit. Perhaps I can enlighten you on some things that have been going on, but in the meantime, it seems that there are some things that need to be discussed. If you'd be so kind, would you perhaps escort us to your quarters, if that would be okay? If not, I can ensure that we have a private room to ourselves. And Trevor and Fenton both kind of like, okay. I'm sure that would be fine, Elro. We're not looking to cause any trouble. Obviously, we've heard some things. And I think that we should all move upstairs. And I think that I could like another drink. And Fenton nods as well. And Avelina immediately goes to the bar, grabs 2 different steins, and just kind of smoothly kind of comes back as Elrose starts to guide them up the stairs, and you guys are in turn with them. Billy, since you are kind of leading the charge here, where would you like to be?
I think if we're moving, I think I stand up and I lead everyone upstairs. And I lead them to my room because that's the only room that comes to mind.
All right. Heading to your room.
I'm gonna be in the back. I'm gonna be observing downstairs. I want to be the last person to go up, but as like before everybody, like as they get halfway up the staircase, I just want to take a glance around the room to see if anybody's watching us.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Great.
So as you look around the room, again, the bar kind of got rushed a little bit as Arl is trying to kind of coordinate, and Trevor looks like is kind of doing a thing. He's got a chant going on. You don't really notice anything. Avelina kind of brushes past you. Oh, shall we head up there? And kind of motions for you to kind of go upstairs. She's holding the drinks. Do you mind carrying them?
Yes, no problem.
So she hands you kind of 2 from her hand, and she's holding now the other 2. And you guys start heading up the stairs. Billy, as you're leading the way, and Elenia, and Eve, I'm assuming at this point that you have followed them. Would you?
Are the girls in our group, or what's the
They
deal there?
definitely are. They're kind of following right behind Fenton at this
Okay.
point, and they are. Honor is holding Fenton's hand, and Magic is holding Honor's tail, and she's kind of just looking back at you guys, just like their eyes are wide. They're not really sure what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I kind of want to, like, because they're not going to quite understand, or it's going to be overwhelming, or it might scare them, like, maybe, Elenia, you and I can kind of keep them calm and in good spirits, but still
Are you trying to
listening.
kind of whisper this to Elenia?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a...
What, you want me to
Go
do
ahead
that?
and make a stealth check. Okay, you're definitely saying this aloud right now as you're kind of walking up, and the girls kind of can hear you a little bit, and they're just like staring at you, like.
Right, and I'll just say back to her, like, there's no need for anyone to panic. We just need to all remain calm and discuss what's going on. Okay. If they've already heard it, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. And so they're just kind of like looking back. Honor or Magic, I think, is in the back right now. Eleni, if you were right there, she kind of just grabs your hand and just like holding you for a moment.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. You all walk up. Billy, you're getting to your room at this point. Elro looks at you and Billy, we can use your room, I suppose. Gentlemen, if you would prefer this room or your room, whatever puts you at ease. Oh, well, I suppose we can go here. Maybe the girls would prefer to be in our own room. It's just right around the corner over there.
Okay.
And
your room it is.
Okay, and you kind of go around the corner and you walk in. They open up the door. It's a much bigger room than your room, Billy. Definitely a couple beds in there. There's a dresser. It's a larger room in the sense you have kind of a smaller room to begin with. And Irvin and Fenton immediately walk in and sit down on the bed. Fenton kind of like half sits and then just keeps looking over at the dresser. The girls are holding on to each other's tails. They're kind of with the lady at this point. They kind of rush in, but at the same time, they're not really next to their fathers. They're just like hanging out by you girls at this point. You all kind of huddle into the room, and Avelina and Veritin come into the room. Oh, isn't this lovely, Veritin? And she brings over the drinks to Fenton and Irvin. Gentlemen, I think this will be good for you. And how about some warm cider for the little ones? Anything at this point. And Veritin, you have the cider in your hands.
I'm gonna hand it to the other guy, I guess, right?
It's for the girls.
Oh, this is for the girls? Okay.
It's for them.
All right, so I'm gonna go over to the girls and be like, here you are. I suppose you could share it. It's fresh.
Thank you.
As I do that, Rune's gonna kind of jump out of my pocket and like go up and start kind of circling them.
And immediately the girls are just amazed and just like, oh my god, it's so soft.
Yes.
Look at it. It's so squishy. I want it.
And I'm just gonna kind of be like, hey Rune, why don't you go ahead and take them over to the corner over there and show them how cute you are? And I kind of smile.
And Rune's tails are kind of dancing. She just looks at them and they both suddenly look at Rune's eyes and just are enraptured. And Rune kind of just like meanders over to the corner, and the girls are there. Eleni and Eve, you guys are nearby.
There's like a bunk bed?
Yes, I would say it's probably a bunk bed at this point, and they're on the lower bunk.
Yeah, I'm going to have them kind of like jump up into the lower bunk and kind of like encapsulate themselves under the bunk, like a little fort style.
They have their mugs just holding this warm. You can see the steam coming up. They're taking sips, and they're just like petting Rune. Immediately obsessed. Fenton and Irvin are looking over.
So, Billy, I suppose this is a good time. We're all safe in here, yes? We all feel all right?
Elro walks past, and as you say that, he looks outside, shuts the door again, nods at you.
All right. Well, I think we all know why we're all here. Billy, if you don't mind kind of catching us up to speed, what's going on?
Well, this lovely couple here, Fenton and Irvin, seems they may have bought themselves a vial of the Frigid Woe from a woman named Vera, most likely disguising herself. I mean, from me eavesdropping, do I know that she sold goats? That was her thing?
You picked up enough of the conversation. I would say that you were loosely hearing it, and towards the end there, you definitely kind of caught it. That I think that you've gathered enough that you've gathered that pieces together.
Okay. They bought this from a woman who sold goats, though something tells me that might be a front of some sort. I do have, and I pull out the receipt that I found in the thing. This receipt here is from Vera about her selling this to Irvin. I only say this because if he did in fact buy what I think he bought, it's best for the safety of him, his husband, and for the girls that maybe they no longer own this particular vial.
And where exactly is this vial at this point, if you don't mind? It actually does seem quite urgent.
And Elro's just kind of back watching this whole thing. Avelina is moving over to Alenia and just kind of grabs her hand. Hello, dear.
Hi, Mom.
And just so you know, we're all here to help you. And just if you haven't touched it in any way, there's no need for concern. We just want to get ahead of it before anything happens.
We've all touched it.
If you haven't touched the liquid, we should specify. The vial itself is fine, as far as we know. If you haven't touched the liquid itself, if it's not cracked in any way, if you haven't opened it up, then you should be fine.
Now that I think about it, I don't know.
Is it here? Do you have it?
It's the dresser. Let me get it.
No, it's fine. Maybe you can just tell me where it's at. I don't want to put anybody else in danger.
Any more than you already have?
Any more
It's
than
in
you
the
already
dresser
have.
over there.
And I'm going to mage hand, and I'm going to kind of guide my hand, this one right here.
Oh, that's an interesting trick there. Yes.
And I'm
Yes,
going
it's in there.
to pull it
Our
open.
belongings are in there in our book, so please be careful.
Of course, absolutely. And I'm just going to be like there with my mage hand, close enough to be able to see in it as well. Is it on top? Is it hidden? I mean,
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation check. And at this point, we will say that the room, that Avelina has gone around the room, lighting further candles in the room, just kind of like adjusting some things.
24.
Okay. Seeing inside this area, you definitely see a couple books, some traveling clothes, just different like bags, pouches and things. And there's a little chest that you do notice in there. It's in the chest.
All right. Do you mind if I open it?
Let me get the key. Pulls out a key from Fenton. Actually pulls it out from underneath his shirt. It's just kind of a cord wrapped around his chest,
Right.
or his neck. Yeah.
And I will just bring my mage hand over real quick as it flies over to the room.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please.
And it'll just float back to me, and it'll go down.
It's open.
And then I will set the key down on top of the dresser, and with my mage hand, I will open it.
And at this point, everyone in the room is kind of leaning forward a little bit more. As you look inside, you've moved closer at this point. You kind of feel Rune's presence from across the room, eyes on you. And you do see a bottle of, from what you can tell from the previous flask that you saw that Rune looked at, as well as the blue dust that you were talking about and everything that you kind of pieced together, it looks like it is indeed a bottle of Frigid Woe. And
All right.
okay,
Just gonna kind
Go
of around the room. All right. I do believe this is what we're looking for, everybody. And Billy, come here, please.
I come over.
And I
Elro
will.
also walks over at this point.
And I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out the case, the scroll case.
Okay. Sure. Pulling out the scroll case. Is your mage hand still out at this point or no?
It is. It's still active, like
Okay, so
floating
you're
over
using the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Elro walks up. Neriton, perhaps we should take a look before you put that away.
Do we really want to touch it in here with the kids and everybody else?
I just
Who's?
can you move that around and perhaps allow me to look at it, or you?
Yes,
want to see
I'll pick it up, but I think it should go directly into this case. And I'll hand the case to Billy. And I will. Do you take the case?
I will. So what are you handing me the scroll case that we found in the thing?
Yeah. If that's all right.
I will with like a part of my sleeve, I will like take the case, you know.
Right.
It's a scroll case, right? So it's small. It's like this size.
Right. It's definitely could fit this vial inside of it. It's a larger vial, but it definitely is about the same size as a
Okay.
roll itself.
I'll like take my tunic and like hold it up for him to put it on
And
as a
Elro's already
point
put
of caution.
Veritan, perhaps you could take this to another room, but I would like to see if there's anything wrong with this, because obviously it doesn't seem like people might be. I mean, from what we can tell, one was cracked, as you said, from what Hilda has said, and I think that it's worth looking into.
I with this kind of reaction, wanting to really look at it right now, I just don't trust anybody touching it but me at this point.
Okay. He asked you this, so
yeah, I'm just gonna be like, let's go ahead and possibly take this back to the priest hideout. What is that place called again?
Where
the priests are?
Temple.
Temple?
Yeah,
priest hideout.
Where the fuck? I
don't know. The church?
I mean, it's not a church though.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. The priest hideout.
Oh, this priest. Yeah.
The boys
and both Fenton and Urban are looking over at you right now, watching this whole thing happening. Listen, that's afraid we are right now. That is our livelihood. Please,
Yes, of course. It'll be safe. And I'm gonna lift it up. Let's take this back to somewhere safer where there's not anybody around other than ourselves.
Please come find us and
I am going to just be focusing. I hear this happening, but I'm just concentrating as I lift it up with my mage hand.
Okay.
And just kind of motion, Billy, come here with a case.
Yeah, I'm gonna again with my hands covered. I'm gonna bring the case and open it. Is there something inside the case already?
It does not seem like there's anything inside the case.
Okay, I open the case and I bestow it upon Veritan for him to insert the vial.
Inside of the case.
And I close it and
I will take it out with the mage hand as well. And I will put it into my pocket, directly in my pocket.
Where exactly are you putting all these?
Well, I'm putting it for somewhere safe. I can promise you that. All right. Apologies, everybody, for the dramatic moment we just had, but I think we can all just breathe finally. I'm sorry for this happening to you too, but we can't be too careful with this. We aren't quite sure the extent of what happens, how to get rid of, if this is indeed what we think it is, which I believe we still don't quite know for sure.
Irvin, gentlemen, I know that you had a lot riding on that. Is there any way I can reimburse you for what you have done? Well, I suppose at this point, if what you say is true, we did pay 100 gold for it, but we were hoping to get a lot more. And Elro reaches into his bag, pulls out 100 gold, a big pouch, and looks at the four of you and says, I'm sorry, this was meant for you, but I will see that you get what you deserve. And he takes out another little side pouch and just, you hear just coins inside of it. And he goes, gentlemen, please, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, and we'll definitely keep you posted on anything that's going on. Avelina, would you like to at least guide them around and see that Arl eases things up here?
And I lean over to Billy and I say, that was our gold.
I literally, I go, I know those bastards.
I would be more than happy to help you out. I've been here for quite a while, and I've got some lovely stories to tell. I'm sure the girls would love. Arl has some wonderful things, things that I know are hidden away. But there might be some summer apples, if you would like, that he has in the barrel downstairs. Would you like some? I know the girls would probably enjoy that very much. And so Sorry, can you not hear me?
It's
I
hard
can
to hear, but I
barely
got you.
hear you.
Yeah. So she's. There's some summer apples that are down below. Aurel puts them there. I think that you would love them.
Who's saying this, Abilena?
Avelina is saying this.
Yeah.
I would love to lead you down there, and perhaps we can go from there. We will. I'm sure Elro will take care of things, and we can go and have a discussion later. And I would be more than happy to see that Trevor looks after everyone to see if there's anything wrong. And Fenton and Irvin are both kind of calming down a little bit. They look at you and they're kind of holding the gold in their hands, just like, okay. Fenton, I think that's enough excitement for tonight. Girls, why don't you leave that lovely box alone for a bit? And as you look over, you just see them kind of holding Ruin furiously, just kind of squeezing her, not in like a death throw, but just like obsessed with Ruin. And she's kind of looking back at Veritan, just like,
Well, I guess maybe you'd like to stay the night, Rune?
and Ruin just suddenly just slips out of their grasp and up your sleeve into your shirt and immediately just disappears. And everyone just kind of looks at you.
Sorry about that, girls, but I think I might have to take her for the night. Gets a little shy.
And the girls kind of look a little dejected, but then Avelina said, come on, girls, I know that there's some sweets downstairs too. And they perk up at that, and they all kind of slowly make their way out. And Fenton, as you're leaving, looks at Irvin, and Irvin looks back at you. Listen, I know that a lot has happened right now, but if you would be so kind as to leave our rooms, I would feel a little bit more comfortable.
Of course.
There's just a lot going on, and this feels a little invasive, I have to say, at this point.
Before I leave, who's talking? Which one, Irvin or?
Irvin's talking to you.
Irvin, if I may ask before I leave, this Vera, where exactly did you meet with her?
Well, she said that she lived around Pale Bank, and I believe we met her at the outskirts, a bit north of here. We kind of got lost in the storm when we camped, and as we were coming back in, we met her there, and I'd say, no more than, did you say 20 minutes, Fenton, outside of town? It was rather close. It seemed like she was just walking around. Seemed...
Okay.
Did she seem eager to get rid of this by any chance?
Well, I do find it strange now that you say it. When we came here, we were under the impression that everyone kind of had these relics, and she had said that she had picked it up off of a trader in town, and well, she said that she had gotten a fair deal for it, but well, with everything going on with her, she needed some quick cash, and well, she gave it to us at a discounted rate, which, as you know, was still 100 gold. I must admit, we may have been a little overeager, especially upon reading all these things, but perhaps I don't know what to make of this town anymore after all this, but thank you for your concern.
You're welcome.
And
we might have to pay a visit to this Vera. I say that to the other three.
I think I will join my family now, but I would, again, love it if... And he motions kind of to head out.
Yes, of course.
Right.
We apologize for the scare and the intrusion. We'll check back with you.
Sounds good. I would be happy to discuss anything else, and perhaps anything that we might have that might interest you at this point, since things have changed.
Yes, I did see a few books, actually, which I think I'm quite fond of. Maybe if you are here tomorrow, I'd love to explore what you have.
As you can tell, we are staying here, and for the foreseeable future, I think I will keep an eye on my family here, but yes, we will be here.
Understood. We'll definitely visit you.
Elro looks at him and says, don't worry about the stay. I seem to be a little in debt with Arl right now, but I will see that your rooms are paid for the time being, as a courtesy for all the problems that we've put you through in our town.
We'll be
just
keeping an
nods.
eye on you as well.
Thank you. And are you all leaving now at this point or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all kind of head out. Urban just graciously shuts the door, locks it, walks downstairs towards Avelina, who's now holding the two tieflings' arms, who seem a lot happier right now, and Fenton is kind of awaiting his husband. And they all go downstairs.
I kind of pull as are we all in the hall, like a hallway together?
Currently, the hallway is Elro and you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to pull our group aside from Elro, just to be like, look, guys, tonight was a lot, and I'm exhausted. Should we finish this in the morning?
Yes, I think it might be
Is there
alright to get some sleep. I think we can all benefit from that.
Veritan, you look very poor. I feel like you need sleep more than anybody.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes, and I definitely have a lot to think about, but...
Elro kind of comes into the group. Pardon me, I don't wish to interrupt you, but I can see that you've been through a lot, and obviously I might have overstepped myself with everything going on, and it seems like we both are dealing with a lot, but I must express my deep concern over the family here, and the fact that this object seems to have been with them. I just worry that all those who have touched this so far have been affected. And if it's not too much, I would love to take a look. You may hold it the way that you did. I would probably prefer that for the time being. But please, I have to know if someone has been affected.
And what would looking at it right now benefit you to know something like that? I don't mean to be too brash about this, but
it seems
we've had a long journey ourselves finding the solution to your problem, and now that we've kind of gathered ourselves, found exactly what this element is, I believe we can all do with a night's rest to sit on it for a little bit.
Well,
and it is currently where it is at, the safest place we can find in this town, I assure you.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Errol kind of looks at you and says, Veritan, forgive me, but we haven't seen it in the light, and while I don't put it down on humans, they might not have noticed something. As you said, there seems to be some questions from Billy about it being cracked and such, and no one seems to have answered that question. And that is my biggest concern right now, is whether or not this has found its way into my town. I do not wish to press, but it would help me to know what kind of urgency it is I'm dealing with as I and Trevor and whoever else I need to gather look into this problem. Please.
All right. What is your plan? Come to my room and we'll look at it together, perhaps. Billy, and is Billy everybody still around?
Everyone's still around right now.
Yeah.
If you would all like to come in and observe it, maybe we can all take a look and we'll all use our eyes together, but...
Sure.
And then after, we must get some rest.
Right. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do with this right now, but okay.
I think we're just watching Elro look at it, essentially, just to see if he can gather anything.
to know what it is I'm looking into as best
Okay.
as I can.
Okay. And so I'll just go back to my room, and I will mage hand, and I will put a light on my mage hand so it glows very bright, so that way
Okay.
when I pull this out of my pocket, we're all in my room, I suppose, at this point.
At this point, we've all walked into the room. The door is shut behind you.
Great. I will.
Elro has very, very thoroughly looked back and forth and gone into the room with you.
I will go to my desk, and I will first light the candle as well on my desk, and I will take out the chest or the scroll case, and I will place it on the desk with my mage hand as I open it up, and I will slide out the vial.
It's an interesting case you have there. Can't quite make out what the scrollwork says.
Yes. Well, we're here for this.
As you were.
And I will hold it up as my mage hand is illuminating brightly, and I will slowly spin it in place.
Elro also picks up a candle and just kind of is looking nearby again.
And I'll spin it around as he's looking at it.
There. You see that? Verizen, go ahead and make a perception check with... Actually, make an investigation check with advantage. As Elro is kind of pointing with his gloves on.
19.
In the light now that you're really looking at it, what you notice is that the vial itself, again, just kind of like the knife that you had and the arrows and things, it has this kind of ornate pattern around the glass itself, like a beautiful, like, kind of etchings and various things kind of coming through it. The top itself is like, it looks like it's sealed in a way that's incredibly secure, but at the same time, though, you can kind of make out a mechanism to it. And as you look where Elro was pointing, in the like kind of etchings and stuff around it, you do notice that there is a very like small crack on the edge, right on one of the sides.
Well, I do see it. It's cracked.
Okay. Perhaps
It's cracked.
I don't know what to...
Like, how cracked is it?
Is it leaking cracked, or is it just?
There's definitely a solid crack in it. You just see that on the inside. You can, now that you're really looking at it, it's like again, the dust looks similar to what you saw in the cavern, and it's all kind of lining the inside of the glass. It's creating this beautiful blue hue, almost like a glowing blue, and it's definitely cracked in a way. You're not really sure if something's going to gotten out, but at the same time, though, it definitely has a crack in it. It's unsure how fine the particles are, but he looks at it and goes, I will check on the family in the morning, and perhaps we will go from there.
Oh, Elro, do you think you and the priests could possibly use this and find an antidote of some kind for it?
From what I can tell, there's nothing that we have right now that I'm aware of, but if you'd like, you're welcome to leave it with me, and I will do what research I can from it, but I also think that you have a rather safe way of using this. That being said, I do know where the crack is, and I feel like if we wrapped it thoroughly, we might be able to handle it. At least it makes sense now that those that have been touching this, perhaps why they might have been afflicted.
Billy, could you mend the crack?
That is an excellent idea. And with that, I take out my lute and I cast mending on the vial.
You don't have to touch it, right? You can just like...
Hold on.
No,
It is touch.
Is it touch?
It's touch.
So then, yeah, no.
to be honest, I don't feel comfortable
Yeah, if you have to
touching
touch
it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Veritan, Billy, Elenia, Eve. A lot has happened, and I've put you through a lot, and I will stand by what I said. And you will see that you are reimbursed, whatever way I need to do. For the time being, I think that, as you said, we've all been through much, and you seem like you've been through a lot. And he's definitely eyeing you, Veritan, at this point. A night's rest would do us all good. I will check.
Does this end our contract with you? Now that we figured out what the issue is.
Well, I think at this point it resolves one contract. I have yet to determine if there's more that needs to be done. But I will say that you will be paid as honored. With everything going on, you've been an asset in the time that I've needed it. And for that, you have my thanks and my debt. And that might be worth more than money at some time.
You said, as I'm like sliding it back into the case, I'm just going to seal it off because we don't have a way to really mend it. I'm going to slide it back in, close the case with my mage hand, and I'm going to put it back in my pocket.
Well, Veritan, hold on, time out. Before you put it back in your pocket, do we want to maybe hand it over and see if they can find, because if this family is in fact afflicted, we want to find some type of antidote as fast as possible. And it being in your bag doesn't exist. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I am definitely on the side of finding an antidote as fast as we can, but I am afraid of just anybody handling it that can't do specifically what I'm doing currently. And as I'm like kind of floating this thing, if you feel safe to actually touch this, then by all means.
I will see what I can do. Perhaps we will, we will find out what this is and what we can do about it. I know that must be something here.
Where is exactly? I know you mentioned that there is a place where you do have books and research that you can probably analyze in the glass blades vault of some kind. And you said you may have a library of some
Trevor
kind.
has some books, but mainly what I'm referring to are logs.
Where exactly do these exist?
In the glass blades, in the glass blade manor, basically, is what I would call it, but it's not necessarily a manor.
Perhaps we can meet you there at first light with this item, and I will be the sole keeper of transportation, knowing that I will be the last person to touch it until it is set down in the next safe place. I would hate to continue to have to track who this touches further. But knowing that I am the last person, this is theoretically where this spread can stop.
Thank you.
We don't need another 2020 incident.
In the meantime,
No, we do not.
I bid you all good night, and I will see you on the morrow. Rest.
See you tomorrow morning, Elro.
And
Good night.
good night.
So
And
perfect.
Elro looks at you, Veritan, and again nods. There's a newfound level of respect in his eyes, and looks back at the rest of you, Eve, Billy, Elenia. My thanks. Well, and he exits.
Peace.
I'm going to take out the vial and be like, so we chugging this?
I was just gonna say chug. It's getting weird.
Fuck this life. Yeah.
With that, well, if we're gonna wait till first light to do anything more, I am very tired, and I think I will
Mhm.
retire to my room for the evening.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think I have a couple notes to take on this evening, but I am going to be doing the same very much.
Yeah.
So
I actually think I might sleep at home, so I'm gonna go downstairs and find my mom
Aw.
and let her know that I'm gonna sleep at home. Maybe we can talk in the morning or something.
Okay, hold that really quick, guys. I need to pee so bad.
Damn! The DM is not allowed to pee. Rule number 1.
It's not called the PM.
Did you
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
cup up?
Actually, yeah.
What, Jenna?
Did you have a cup when you were DM and you just pissed in it?
No, I a catheter. I just stuck it up in there and just let it ride.
Oh my god, speaking of
Well,
catheter.
if that's what we're doing.
Oh my god, speaking of catheter, and the only reason a catheter made me whatever. Brooke was like, "Okay, when are we having your bachelorette? The night before?" And I was like, "Are you joking? No, we're gonna get hammered. Like, I can't do that." She goes, "I could always arrange an IV." And I was like,
The
Have you
night
ever heard-
before?
yeah. And I was like, no, the earliest I would do it would be like, let's pretend I have it a Saturday. I would do my bachelorette on a Thursday. And she was like, we'll get an IV drip and sober you up.
I mean, it's true. That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome, honestly.
Oh, hi, Joey.
Hi.
They all left.
Yeah.
We also renamed you as PM instead of DM because you have to pee all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It seems like your ring is loosening up.
Damn.
For the record, your hey Zach, what is it called when you live with someone for 10 years and because you live together for
Isn't it a domestic partnership?
Yeah, it's a common law marriage for sure.
Common law marriage.
Yeah.
So your common law husband came up with it.
That's true.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Can I just say that the sentence, speaking of catheters, has never been said until tonight?
Who said that?
Speaking of catheters, you won't believe the story I heard.
Oh, that's...
Steve, Brooke was talking about like a bachelorette, and she was like, the night before the wedding, and I was like, are you joking? I need like a few nights to recover. And she's like, I can always get like an IV drip to like sober you up and hydrate.
Which is like
you.
awesome and sad at the same time.
Honestly, I would consider it. Like, I'm not joking. I think I would go fucking insane if I was like,
Not the night before
I'm
the
an
wedding.
IV.
First off, technically,
No, that's a bad idea.
that is the
That's
rehearsal
bad.
dinner, so...
yeah, no, I wouldn't.
That is the
I
rehearsal
wouldn't do
dinner.
it the night before. I kind of want to do it like the weekend before or like a month before. Ugh, I don't
There's
know.
time.
I'm not even there yet. Brooke was like trying to make my guest list happen. I was like,
It's day 3. Let's all
Yeah,
Yeah.
take a minute.
That's so early.
God.
Oh, my Lanta.
but I did make a guest list.
Already?
So what you're saying is
But I
you
kind
do
of
it
did.
anyways.
I did make the guest list.
Am I on it?
Yeah, am I on it? Is Zach and I on it?
Yeah, I want to be on
We
it.
each other's
Is
plus one.
Zach and I on it?
Yeah.
Is Zach and I on it?
Yeah. I mean, not on mine. You're on Joey's.
Okay.
And
You're
if
each
you're not
other's
on
plus
Joey's-
one.
Yeah, I'll take Zach as my plus one. Just like I did to the SIG-Up.
Yeah,
It's
I was
true.
just gonna say.
And we had a wonderful time.
Yes, we did. He was a
Well,
great day.
Here you guys will, being my groomsmen and all.
Oh.
You better invite so many hot girls to this wedding.
It's all dudes.
All
This
hot
is-
girls.
This wedding is just again a ploy to get Zach laid. That is all.
That's
this
all
is.
anything
This is the
Oh my
long con.
It's the longest con of all time. It started when Jenna and Joey met.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the con.
Best con ever.
Yeah.
Also, is Joey peeing or dying?
I don't know. Zach, switching gears, camping.
Oh yeah.
Where that sounds awesome. Jory, you're in on this too. My B-day's coming up, and I'd love to hang with you guys and do a camping trip.
When?
Maybe like possibly. I don't know if I could do the weekend after my birthday, which is the 28th. So maybe like the first weekend in February, something like that.
That might work for me. I gotta look because right now we got extended a week for when we come back. So I think we might finish production actually on that week. But that still means that we're doing rap. But at the same time, it's a lot less intense. So yeah, we'll chat.
It's also like we don't have to do that weekend. Like I'd love, like I obviously want both of you guys there. So whatever weekend works.
We'll chat. I think because I think timing wise, if I can do it around rap sometime, I can always just take a day off or something like that. If I needed to, and go from there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds awesome. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Now that Tank Top P-Man is back.
Yeah.
I mean, my stomach's been upset for like 40 minutes, so
oh no!
Took the opportunity.
Good move.
I had Jollibee for the first time earlier, and I ate like half a bucket of chicken, and now my stomach.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Your stomach's like having a good old time.
It was spicy too. Just
Yeah.
we're gonna leave it at that.
Yep. Just
It's not done,
out.
but I reached to stop it.
Yeah. Didn't get the troublemaker. All right.
God.
When you roll for survival with disadvantage.
Yeah, it's definitely not great.
All
good.
So
I think all of you were.
We're heading to our rooms.
Everybody's gonna. Yeah, I had to sleep, but yeah.
I'm going to write another entry, Henderson. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Before I like knock the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah. I like zonk out.
Sure. Eve, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I want to go get a snack before I go to sleep.
Okay.
She's so
Veritan,
excited.
are you doing anything in the meantime?
Well, everybody's out of my room at this point, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna make
Time to
pants
masturbate.
go down.
Yes.
Mage hand.
Yeah.
Time to take care of you.
Yeah.
I call this one the Stranger Maid.
Yikes.
Oh my gosh.
You know I've tried it. Come on. Get that. No, I am going to take out my my dagger. And I'm going to lay it down on the desk. And I'm also going to take back out the chest or the scroll case.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take out my notebook and my writing utensil. And I am going to, with my left hand, open the case. And I am going to start spinning the vial as I'm etching a perfect drawing of it the best I can of like all the markings.
So you're using your left hand right now with Mage hand.
Yes, and I'm basically just going to document everything about this item.
Sure. So we will say that you're taking very thorough notes at this point on this.
Before it leaves my hands in any way.
We'll come back to that in a minute. Alenia, back to you as you're coming down the stairs. You're noticing that the room is kind of settled down a little bit. It looks like Arl got a hold of things. Trevor is talking to Elro right now over in the corner, and the two of them just kind of are nodding to each other. They look over at Avelina, who's now with the family, and she's just kind of handling things. She kind of gives them a little wave, and they start to depart. Avelina again is kind of hosting, and she looks up, sees you kind of coming down the stairs.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna walk up to my mom, and I'm gonna say, "Hi, Mom. I'm gonna sleep at home tonight. Can we talk in the morning?"
Of course, dear. I think it would be lovely. I will be back whenever.
Oh.
These fine gentlemen have got stories for me, and I have stories for them, and it's going to be a long night, but we look forward to it.
Sounds great. I'll see you in the morning. All right. And I'm just gonna give her a kiss on the cheek. And then are the girls with her?
They are.
All right. And then I'm gonna just crouch
They're both
down a little
eating,
bit.
some pastries, it looks like, and there's some apples on the table. They are grinning right now with like kind of crumbs a little bit on their mouth. They look adorable.
Okay. And I'm gonna come up to them and I'm gonna say, "Are you guys enjoying yourselves?"
Yes.
Okay, great.
yes,
I'm gonna be back in the morning to check on you. Okay.
We like that.
All right.
And
Have a
then
good night,
Patrick looks
girls.
over at Honor, and Honor just kind of like giggles a little bit. Thanks for dancing with me.
Thanks for dancing with me.
You're really great.
I'm just gonna point at her and wink, and then I'm gonna like turn and walk out the door and head home.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. The moon is out tonight. It's still, again, a strangely clear night. There's some clouds a little bit again on the horizon, but overall, you've done these streets. You could do them with your eyes closed.
Oh, I done these streets.
Yeah, like you are so familiar with them. Walking through, the town seems to be. The weather's cold, but at the same time, though, there feels a little bit more of a fullness to the town. You have a sense of what it is. You know that people seem to be kind of coming back, and it's just a kind of a gradual feeling that like the emptiness is beginning to fill again, and you make your way back to the lighthouse.
Sweet.
Eve,
Yay.
you want to go downstairs, so you walk down, having seen Elenia kind of kiss her mom. What are you doing?
I wanna go downstairs and then I guess I see the little girl.
I cannot hear you. What were you saying?
I was saying that I was seeing the little girls eating, so do they have do they have food specifically for them?
It looks like Avelina has kind of
or
given them a
is it
platter of things.
Okay.
Arl kind of looks up.
Uh,
Eve, is there something I can get you?
yeah. Definitely craving something to silence my stomach before I go to bed.
Excuse me, Arl.
What do you got?
I was before her, and then Arl just kind of walks past. I got all kinds of things, dear. You know what? I'll fix you something up, right? You looking to eat down here or back in your room?
I guess I'll eat down here.
Okay. Same guy. Hello, Arl. Arl's just ignoring him. Kind of goes about doing different things. Where would you like to sit?
I guess by the girls.
Okay. You walk over to Avelina and just kind of she looks at you, gives you a nod. The girls kind of look back and giggle at each other and then say, "Hi."
Hi.
And they kind of point with their tails over to a seat nearby. You sit in?
Okay, so I walk over. Yeah, I go walk over and sit and wait for whatever he's gonna bring out to me.
Sure. Avelina is kind of just it's softly discussing stories with Fenton and Irvin. They seem to be discussing something about the Menagerie Coast, and it sounds like Avelina is talking about a storm, and it sounds kind of like an exciting story about the sea and just something going on with her and the wind. You're not really sure what it is. Just kind of making it up. The girls at this point are giggling. They're kind of more invested in you at this point. You're such a great dancer. Thanks so much. That was so much fun. And then Magic is just like, who does your hair? It's so pretty. Honor again, just like, what those marks? How do we get those?
Well,
Thank you for all the compliments. You girls are definitely beautiful and are great dancers as well. These markings are more of like tribal markings from my adopted parents. Kind of just
Okay.
like you.
Perfect. And at this point, we'll say that you kind of entertain them a little bit more, just discussing past things. And all brings over a platter of food. It seems like it's actually some. It looks like, again, it's the same kind of batch of summer apples, but he actually has made a pie with them. And there's a small slice of it still left. The girls kind of look at it a little enviously, but they also have different pastries, and they're kind of just like eating theirs too. And we'll say that you kind of stay up and talk with them for a little bit and eat your snack.
Yeah. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to go upstairs and go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right. I think that covers everyone for the time being. So I think that we should call it for our session tonight. And what we can do with the remaining time is you all are now taking a long rest, and you will have leveled up.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Yay!
Yeah, level 2. That's fucking awesome.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
How do we? So for this, do we put in like how
300.
much? 300. Okay,
You each
cool.
got 300 experience points.
3,000. Cool.
What? 300,000 points?
300 quadrillion thousand?
So
What?
how this is going to work is you each put, if you all write in
Oh, I did it.
on your character sheets 300,
Yeah.
and you hit enter in where your experience points are, there should be a little icon that pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you all notice the icon?
Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah.
I did.
And it's going to take you through your level up process.
Did you want us to roll or average?
That is up to you. That is
I rolled
totally
for
your
HP.
permission of whether you would like to roll or do an average.
1d8. So
Wait, do I-
rolled-
Does it account for your Constitution modifier there, Billy?
I don't know.
I don't
if
think it
it
did.
does.
Does it look like it adds it into a math thing?
No, it just says 1d8 equals 3. So
Okay.
if I added my Constitution, then that would be a total of 5.
Which is that the average too, or no?
5 is the average, yeah.
Okay, so for the time being, I do believe it should factor in your Constitution
back at this.
modifier. So you could
It
probably
did.
leave it. I think it does. So
That
why
means I rolled a 1, which is super shitty. So I want to ask if I could
it
re-roll.
says rolling a 1d8. That's all it says.
Right, and then it has a 3 next to it, which I'm guessing means I rolled a 3.
Yes.
But then I would add 2 to that, correct?
I believe it might take care of that. So let's say this for the time being that you rolled a 3.
Okay. I'm
Unless
gonna
you would
press
like to, and for the sake of this right now, I will say that everyone gets a mulligan for this first run, since we're all kind of doing it. If you want, you can take the average for this.
Wait, did it automatically put it into your character sheet?
No,
It
I'm like
will.
working on it right
Okay,
now.
I'm gonna try this thing because I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, I don't know what this thing's doing.
So
either.
you rolled a 4,
Mhm.
which is awesome
On
for
a
you.
1d6. That's actually a good roll.
Next.
That's a great roll for
That's
you.
a great roll, Eve. Way to go.
Well, why does it? Okay, I'm gonna send it through again, but I don't.
No. Don't send it through again.
Why?
Don't, because it's rolled for it. Now it's going to add it into your character.
Yeah,
level
I'm just
up.
gonna go through the motion here.
I think that you should go
See
through the
what
motion.
happens.
Just remember your roll, and then what we'll do
All
is we'll
right,
just add
I'm
and
gonna press
modify.
next. I'm gonna press next. So I get Jack
This
of all
is- I don't
trades,
wanna-
Song
yeah.
of Rest.
Can I just skip
Magical
next all
inspiration.
through this or what?
Great.
Uh,
Great. It lets you know what you get.
I
just,
will
like,
come
don't-
over to you.
I just
It
don't want to
shouldn't be
do
that
all this right now.
complicated. You don't have to do this now. It just was going to be a guided session.
No,
Cantrips. You can add 1 new spell.
You don't have to do this right now if you don't want.
yeah, I just don't want it to like.
So what?
Well, because when I try to go to, like, I just tried to like reopen my character
Cool.
sheet and it was on this because I had already.
Yeah, because
clicked
you
on
haven't
it.
done it yet. So Let me come over and I'll just show you. It's very easy how this is going to work. It makes everything simpler. So why don't you all go through the motions of this full thing?
Yeah,
I know it's your first level up, so you're kind of just figuring this all out.
It's building it for me right now.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, it added the 2.
It
So I
added
went up
it.
a total of 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so it did. So it added the 2, even though you rolled a.
So
I rolled
just rolling a 1d8, and then it's going to add in your Constitution modifier for you.
Yeah. So I rolled a 3, and then after I built it, it added the 2. So like right now, I'm looking at a total of 15, which is what I would have.
Oh, got it. Oh,
Yeah.
Shit. Shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, Joey, I'm going to come to you.
That's right. I get this.
Nice. And fuck yeah. Okay,
Like,
cool.
I want to be able to read all this shit, and there's a shitload of shit. So I just like am trying to like exit out of it.
I'm gonna stop the stream at this point.
Well, okay.